Hello. Hi, good to see you. Good to see you. I'm on my Britney shit. Yeah, you and Maisie. Tech Tired them with the 30 months. Just got done watching yesterday's VODs. Ready for more SilkSong? Bro, I'm stoked to play more SilkSong. I got a couple news things to talk about because it's an insane day, but I do want to play more SilkSong. Perry Platypus, thank you for the 7 months. I just got back from, we did Lemonade Stand, and then we did a book club. And then I got hit with fucking LA traffic. And I had to sit there in LA traffic and just think. I actually called Adish. Yo, biggest A. Our favorite senator is so back like they've never been back before. Who's your favorite senator? Oh, this is your the Australian Sigma speech. Traffic. Looking for my chapstick. What does he say next? Something. There's a 4 Maverick. Europeans wish they could sit in LA traffic. Yeah, they fucking do. It's one of their biggest regrets. Is there any Europeans in chat? Do you just wake up at night in a cold sweat, staring at the ceiling, dreaming, yearning for the chance to sit still on the 405, looking out at the smog over the sunset? I can't imagine being stuck in a... LA is the size of the entire EU. I'm not 100% sure that. It teaches you inner peace. That's right. Metmoss, thank you for the prime. My voice a little gone, a little scratchy because of how much streaming I did yesterday. It's the world's hardest job, folks. I'm from Europe and I stayed up for the SilkSong stream, not for the LA traffic. Wait, what do you mean you stayed up? It was like perfect European time. I started at 6 a.m. my time. Let's get the dog. I'm taking the socks off. Let the dogs out. Let the fucking dogs out. You could just not pop off. Do you walk around to oceans and scream at fish? You could just not swim. Do you scream at birds and say, hey, just don't fly? Just don't fly, birds. If your wings are tired, just don't fly. Me not popping off would be antithetical to my nature. What the playing? Should I play SilkSong like I'm in a library? When I beat a boss, should I just nod? Well played. Interesting. Of course, I'm gonna fucking pop off. So happy to be back for an H-Rock live stream. Been catching up on VODs the last 2 weeks because I was sick as a dog. Good to be back. What'd you have? Ebola? COVID? Flu? What took you down? I've heard everyone's got the flu lately. Did you have woke disease? Fevers? Fevers is non-specific. That could be anything. Fevers is like what they would say in the Middle Ages before they gave you 50 leeches. A lot of COVID going around. I mean, yeah, whether it's flu or COVID, I just know people are getting sick lately. It's definitely on the ups. Dude, it was funny. So we just did the book club for... Here, I'll grab the book because I want to talk about it very briefly. We did How Countries Go Broke by Ray Dalio. And man, it was kind of depressing. like, we're just talking about the book. And yeah, I should have made that woke joke to lighten it up. I should have made the joke that it's because they go woke. I actually forgot to do that. That would have been better. This is It's not a happy picture of what the future looks like, at least in the short term. Which country's example does this book use? I mean, it uses hundreds from history, but then it talks about right now the US, China, Japan, the UK, and the EU. It's all of them are in the late stages of horrendous debt cycles. Australia stays winning. I'm sure Australia is also problematic, but not big enough to be included. Is there any fucking in it? Not, I mean, sort of collectively, we're all getting fucked over. Dude, one thing that stuck out to me in this book, I'll just say one line. It was like about how, as the problems that we're facing become more and more obvious, as we all collectively agree, oh shit, these are big fucking problems, we will not be able to solve them because we will fight so deeply on what the right solution is. So we will not commit to any solution because we collectively will fight so... and I think that felt so true. I simply won't look up. If economic collapse is what it takes to get Twitch chatters to get fucked and lose their virginity, some may say it's worth it. Sure, I thought Big A couldn't get more doomer. Hey, if you want to read someone doomer, read Ray Dalio's How Countries Go Broke, The Big Cycle, bro. This is a bleak book. It's bleak, bro. We were trying to add some jokes to it, but man, we read it, and it is very historical, very concrete. Got a lot of graphs and charts, and it really doesn't paint a positive picture for almost any major country over the next... Anyway. I just bought Capital by Piketty. I'll read it after. I'm sure I believe you, Spicy Milk, but I read a stat that Capital by Thomas Piketty is the least read, most purchased... Wait, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Every time someone buys a book, they can track how many pages you read before you give up. It is the least read of all books of all time that people have actually bought. So they buy it and then they read one page and they give up. It is the most... So or they read like 1%. It has the lowest retention of any book. How the fuck would they know that? They use Kindles. They use digital examples and extrapolate. Is my understanding. It's the most not finished book of all time. Since most major countries are in the same economic boat, what happens if everyone goes broke at the same time? Well, it would be called historically the 1930s. And as we all know, that famously ended perfectly. It would be called if everyone starts going broke at the same time, what happens is everything just goes well and goes smoothly. A-Truck, is SilkSong bad? SilkSong's fucking amazing. I'm already getting rage baited by the discourse. I said this would happen, and then it happened, and then I'm still mad at it. I said, look, there's going to be a lot of new faces to this game. It's very popular, and it's like a trend. So people that didn't even like Hollow Knight will play it, and they'll be mad, and they'll talk shit on it. But then it happened, and now I'm like, shut the fuck up. It gives LOL after Arcane. No, it doesn't give LOL after Arcane because LOL is actually bad. LOL is a bad game. If Arcane lures you into League of Legends and you play it and you're like, wait, I was bait and switched, That's a fine thing to say. But if the excitement about SilkSong lures you in and you play it and you're like, this is a bad game, you are just not, you tricked yourself. Nobody lied about SilkSong. They gave you exactly what you'd expect from playing Hollow Knight and looking for a sequel. They gave it to you exactly. There is no bait and switch. I tried Hollow Knight, didn't like Metroidvania, didn't get SilkSong. Perfect. Good. That's the perfect thing to do. If you don't like Hollow Knight, you go, SilkSong's not for me. But if you go, man, I fucking hated Hollow Knight, but everyone's so hyped for SilkSong, I don't value your opinion. You did not do any context clues. People just can't stand losing on day one. Well, I mean, no one's going to win on day one, right? It is harder. Low key, I think they could have removed some of the 2-mask damage in the early parts of the game to help new players get into it. Because they didn't have that in Hollow Knight 1. I don't mind either way. For me personally, I don't care. But I could see that, like, it wouldn't bother me if they did it. But I think what they expected was, if you play SilkSong, you played Hollow Knight. That's my guess. They expected you to have finished Hollow Knight, so you want something a little harder. If you're playing SilkSong as your first game, then it is more punishing than Hollow Knight. Oh, yeah, and I also think that maybe benches shouldn't cost rosaries. Just because this is a quality of life thing. I think that's like, I just think there should be, you just find a bench and you feel good. I feel like it's like paid restrooms, you know, at theme parks. It's like, okay, do you want me to shit myself? It's like, I need to use the bathroom, okay? I think just don't put. But outside of that, I mean, these are all I don't care. I really, none of it bothers me. But like, those are tiny tweaks you could make that would probably help newer people flow into the game easier. But I think either way, they're gonna bounce. They're not gonna like it. It's just not the game for them. Maybe. Actually, I think benches in the game should cost real money. That's a good point. I think benches in Hollow Knight. Actually, I think healing in Hollow Knight. I think when you press F to heal, it should charge your account. It should charge it like, you know, not a lot. I'm not greedy, but like $2. $2 would be nice. And you could Klarna it, yeah. It teaches you a valuable lesson about the value of money. Exactly. Can I use pay later? You should always be able to use pay later. That's your American right, even if you're not American. I heard it was to help EU frogs. Hollow Knight got me to sub for the first time. Feels like we're full circle here. Loved the SilkSong day yesterday. Yep, Caleb, thank you for the 52 months since the first day of Hollow Knight. I appreciate that. What a round trip. What a long journey. I am fucking excited to put in a lot of time into SilkSong. I'm you know, the timing is not great with I have to travel this weekend. But I'll be back on Monday. Put in a big week. But also, I shouldn't rush. I'm kind of glad to get off the rush of it, because I want to play it like I played Hollow Knight, which is like every day a little bit. Every day a couple hours, and just enjoy it and just fucking have fun. That's what I want to do. I want to just play it, and because it's going to take a while to do. I want to do all 100%. I want to do everything. I want to find the Hall of the Gods and do all that. I want to do everything. So I'll be heading out tomorrow. Yeah. Best of luck this trip. Thank you very much. Will you make more videos on it? Maybe. I'll probably make a video yeah, maybe. Yeah, for sure. Soulfire spam. Think of the tier 1. Is there a Pantheon in SilkSong? Do we know? I don't know, but if there is, don't spoil me. Don't fucking spoil. I don't know. I don't know shit. I don't look up shit. I go in blind and I stay blind. Hey, Coffee Cow here. First time chatter. Shit that here from YouTube feels like jumping over to South Korea from North Korea. It's good, but still shit. Excuse me? That's your first chat message? The YouTube, the Twitch live is South Korea and the YouTube is North Korea and they're both shit? Why are you... Well, then why? Why? South Korea's not shit. What is Kick then? Well, I don't know if he's talking about the platform. I think he's talking about my content. Democratic or People's Republic of Clancyville? Clancyville is not democratic. I'll tell you that. Hey, Big A, I love the streams. Any thoughts on Broadcom stock valuation after earnings and AI bubble shenanigans? Don't think most people know what they do. Fucking, I don't know what they do, bro. I mean, I understand that it's network services. I understand that, like, but on a day-to-day, like, who's their biggest client? Actually, I would love to know that. Who's Broadcom's biggest client? Did they publish that? It's Apple. Apple, Google, Meta, OpenAI. Damn. They're just fucking unlevered NVIDIA. Yep. But they're my least concerning part of the AI bubble. Not the least concerning, but not as much. Anthony the Gamer, thank you for the Prime. Get the Broadcom hats on order. I'm sorry, did I miss some Broadcom news? Why is everyone talking about it? Broadcom. Their stock popped today. I must admit. Oh, they have AI chips that are alternative to NVIDIA. Interesting. Oh, they just got OpenAI as a customer for $10 billion in custom AI chips. I see. Well, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, my worry for the AI bubble popping is not through Broadcom or NVIDIA. It's through the clients, Meta, Apple, Google, etc. If they stop spending, then it pops. Did you see Trump say we went woke after World War II?
Got to the club, sir. I got to the club, sir. Are you okay? Are you okay? The fake news was at it again. But because I missed one day of press conferences, so today I gave them about a 3-hour press conferences on changing the name of the Department of Defense to the Department of War. Because, you know, we won World War I, World War II, everything in between and everything in front of it. It was called Department of War. And then we went woke after the second...
Nobody was more woke than the United States in the 50s, bro. Nobody. We were woke as you can get. Everyone had blue hair back then. They had so many pronouns you couldn't even... Eisenhower was notoriously woke. Well, I would say Eisenhower did have that one pose. This was definitely like a... Wait, where did I fucking put it? This is definitely right here. Definitely like a slay queen type pose. You know what I'm saying? This man knew details of musicals. He was a diva. He was certainly a diva. He was zesty. He knew every single Hamilton lyric, yeah, before it was even written. So maybe Trump was right. We got woke after World War II. Is that really what he's? Is that what he's going?
World War, incredible victory, and we said let's change it to defense. And look, war means something. It means we're not going to have any problems. We don't want problems with people. And I've kept us out of wars. I've solved.
That's what defense means. What you described is what defense means. War would mean aggression.
Wars. But the way you solve wars is through strength. And that's what we are. We make the best equipment in the world. We have the best soldiers. We have the most powerful military anywhere in the world. We rebuilt it in my first term.
Department of War is wild. What about Department of Strong? There we go. Department of Muscles. Do you read about North Korean invasion he botched in 2019? No. Department of D's. Just change it to the base department. Now that's the new press outlet. Department of Strong Burly Men. Anyway, I will say credit to Doug. He called this on Lemonade Stand before it happened. It's crazy. Like a week after he said this, they changed it. Credit to Doug because he changed it personally. Crazy to be like deeply concerned with trying to get a Nobel Peace Prize and then for no reason at all change the Pentagon to the Department of War. Change the Department of Defense to the Department of War. Like the only reason to do that is to sound more aggressive, to be more threatening. Zig when they zag. It's not because it's fun to chant defense. Like if we were getting airstruck, I'd love to go defense. They're changing the name of the Pentagon? Is that separately? Changing Pentagon name. I think I saw that, but I didn't know. I thought it was just part of the Department of War. Okay, wait. The Department of Defense is now the Department of War. And then the Pentagon. Dude, they changed defense.gov to war.gov already. Whoa. I just checked. It's war.gov. It used to be defense.gov. That's crazy. This article is like talking about all the times during the campaign where he said he was the anti-war president, creating the Department of War. All right. Well, I don't see if the Pentagon's changing. It's like the Pentagon. It's like I can understand. I don't agree with, but I can understand changing the name of the Department of Defense to Department of War because it used to be the Department of War before World War II. I can understand that, but how are you going to call this anything but the Pentagon? Wow, that's very aptly named. The Trumptagon. Make it a circle. How? Fucking how? Shave it down. Why did we call it the? I knew why we called it the Pentagon. Why did we make it look like this with 5 sides? Was there a reason? Was there a war reason? It looks cool because it looks cool. Why is the Pentagon a pentagon? Oh, It's because when they first built it, there was 5 roads forming a pentagon around it. So the architect designed it to fit those roads. That's interesting. And then, oh my God, and then they moved it, but President Roosevelt thought the Pentagon design was so sick, he wanted to keep it for the final building. Roosevelt's idea. Interesting. W. Roosevelt. He was right. I mean, it is cool to call it the Pentagon. It sounds like, what if it was just called, I don't even know what you'd call it if it wasn't a Pentagon. It would be so much more boring. The Square. The War Office. The Department of Defense headquarters, I guess, but it sounds lame. The Pentagon was cool. The Strong Building. The Building for the Strong. Wait. We got to start here. I forgot. I got to do a clip for 8-ish here for tonight. We got to talk about the Epstein stuff, okay? That's the first and foremost. We got to talk about it because this is like absolutely insane news, and I got to make sure I have the clip here. Somebody got caught. Well, okay, let me set some stage here. There's 3 big things going on with regards to releasing the Epstein list and trying to get it out. There's 3 things going on that we all have to discuss. Okay? Well, 4 if you include Ludwig's beat. I'll say Ludwig's beat is number 1. That has sort of inspired the public to release the list. That's kept our hopes alive. Okay? So the first thing over here, let's just do 3 circles here. 3 circles. The first thing is that some of the Epstein victims are literally camping outside of Congress and demanding either the list gets released or they're going to publicly announce it themselves. Okay? They've formed like a public, let's see if I can get a photo. They're having a press conference. If we can get like an example.
In the year 2000, I was taken to Jeffrey Epstein's island while on a photo shoot on a nearby island. Who I saw and what I experienced there was a glimpse into a very dark and disturbing world. For years after, I tried to avoid Jeffrey, but he had introduced me to Katie Ford, the owner of the Ford Modeling Agency. Epstein's reach went to the very top of fashion, arts, and entertainment. This did not...
It's interesting because I heard there was nobody on the list but him. I heard he was the only sole perpetrator of all these crimes and no one else was involved, and there's no point in asking about it and stop looking into it because it was just Jeffrey Epstein, a one-man band.
Just happened to underage girls in Florida. In New York City, hundreds of young, ambitious women were abused by him. Epstein was not just a serial predator, he was an international human trafficker. And many around him knew, many participated, and many profited. And yet, he was protected. So I stand here today for every woman who has been silenced, exploited, and dismissed. We are not asking for pity. We are here demanding accountability, and I'm demanding justice. Congress must choose. Will you continue to protect predators, or will you finally protect survivors? And also, I would like to announce here today, us Epstein survivors have been discussing creating our own list. We know the names. Many of us were abused by them. Now, together as survivors, we will confidentially compile the names we all know who were regularly in the Epstein world. And it will be done by survivors and for survivors. No one else is involved.
So they are threatening that if there's no action, because there's been listen, we talked about this a while ago. This is the issue that doesn't seem to go away. Even if it disappears for a week or two, it seems to keep coming back. There's a just simmering anger from both sides of the aisle, regular people on both sides of the aisle about this. And they are threatening if no action is taken, because there's this constant stalling and obfuscating and no progress on any new data from the list, then they're going to release it themselves. So that's number 1. That is issue number 1 happening without Epstein list. Okay? It's the victims doing a public press conference. Press conf. Okay? Number 2 is Republican Congressman Thomas Massey. Now, listen, there's a number of things that I would disagree with Thomas Massey on. Probably the main ones are around guns. He's kind of insane about guns. Have you seen his Christmas card? I don't want to throw him under the bus here because I'm going to compliment him, but Thomas Massey Christmas card is fucking insane. However, here, I'll just show it to you so you have a fucking... This guy's insane with guns, okay? But, however, I give him full credit, and I'm saying this, full credit with at least whatever he believes, he has stuck to his principles. In that, he was the one of only 2 Republicans to vote against the big, beautiful bill for what it does to the debt. Everybody else that talked about it caved. The second Trump put pressure on him, he caved. He is one of the only people to vote against it. Additionally, now he is one of the only Republicans that is continually asking. Let me see what it's called. What's the exact Thomas Massey? Petition? No, he's forcing a vote. Okay. He has been forcing a vote in Congress, a discharge petition is what it's called, to get the Epstein files released. Okay? And he is receiving an absolutely insane amount of pushback and pressure to try and stop it from Trump and other Republicans. They are doing whatever they fucking can to silence him or shut him down. And all he needs are 6 Republican votes to get it released. And they can have it done now. He's got the discharge petition now. And he can only have 4, I think. He has 4 right now. If he could just get 2 more Republicans to flip, then we can release all the files. And they cannot get it right now. Trump has gone to war with this guy. Trump vows to lead the charge against him. And, he's getting insane phone calls and threats, and they're doing everything to stop him. So all the Dems are on board. Yeah, all the Dems are on board. So that's part 2 of what's going on right now. This is like a big live battle. And Speaker of the House Mike Johnson for the Republicans has been cutting Congress early, sending them to summer break early, ending all meetings before the vote could be taken. He's doing whatever he can to stop it from even being voted on. So there's this weird circle of ranks protection that's happening to stop anything happening with regards to forward motion on the Epstein bill. So that's the 2 thing. That's Thomas Massey, and that's here I'll put Thomas Massey. And then the third thing is the most, it's insane. It's hilarious. It's wild. So the third thing is that within the past 48 hours, a senior member of the Department of Justice thought he was going on a date with a younger woman that he met on Hinge. It turns out she was an undercover reporter for a right-wing news source. What's it called? The Veritas? Veritas. And he was honeypotted. And she caught him on tape saying that they were planning to redact all Republican names from the Epstein list before they released it. And that they were giving Ghislaine Maxwell, they were throwing her a bone to keep her silent. So we're going to play the full clip. I want to watch it with you. I actually only watched the summary. I haven't watched the clip yet. I want to watch it with you guys. But there's a follow-up. I'll tell you the follow-up. Well, let's watch it first and I'll tell you the follow-up because the follow-up's almost as insane. Here it is. This is Joseph Schnitt, acting deputy chief of the Office of Enforcement Operations for the DOJ. Okay, here's what he said while on this date.
But those files do exist.
Yeah, thousands and thousands of pages of files. They'll redact every Republican or conservative person in those files. Leave all the liberal, Democratic people in those files.
I think they visited that Maxwell person.
Yeah.
And also involved.
Got transferred to a minimum security prison too recently, which is
He does look like Keemstar. Not really relevant, but that's a good point. He does have a real Keemstar vibe to him.
against BOP policy because she's a convicted sex offender. They're offering her something to keep it on show.
That was the acting deputy chief of the Office of Enforcement Operations, Joseph Schnitt,
Starting next.
high level Maxwell.
What do you do for work again?
I work for the Department of Justice.
Okay.
Been there like 23 years. I'm an analyst. I'll be acting deputy chief of our office for a few months starting next week. I work closely with like all the federal law enforcement agencies and the U.S. attorney's offices, the prosecutors and stuff. The thing is, it's interesting because I do deal with so many of the agencies, like the Bureau of Prisons, the Marshal
bragging.
Service,
Oh,
the
okay.
FBI, U.S. attorney's offices.
Recently, the FBI and DOJ have come under
I don't want to
transparency
hear this
and
guy.
taking
But
action. Epstein
So on the Epstein,
they had was of Epstein's personal child porn collection.
Also, to the tens of thousands of video, they turned out to be child porn downloaded by that disgusting Jeffrey Epstein. Child porn is what they were.
In the same press release, Kash Patel claimed, quote, "There will be no cover-ups, no missing documents, and no stone left unturned."
I mean, this is true. This is exactly what they said. Again, as we talked about, the the usage of Epstein when they were campaigning was enormous. It was like a great rallying cry. We're going to release every document. We're going to be completely transparent. We're going to finally bring light to this thing. And then after election, suddenly it's dead silence. Suddenly it's complete opposite. Suddenly we have to delay and change things and go through processes. And honestly, it's not that big of a deal anyway.
so on the Epstein matter or any other matters, we are diligently working on that. I'm not going to withhold information from the American public ever.
Only to later claim on Joe Rogan's podcast that releasing any videos would re-victimize those impacted.
We're not going to re-victimize women. We're not going to put that shit back out there. It's not happening, because then he wins. Not doing it. You want to hate me for it? Fine.
But, internally, there's a lot of, even within the administration, there's internal conflict.
Oh, okay.
Like, the head of FBI really wants it. Second in command at FBI has been, like, causing problems because he's like, no, these have to be released.
Yeah. So the FBI wants them out.
Yep, the top two guys that do that.
And Bonnie does it.
I don't know what that was.
Dude, it's crazy how insanely quickly a Department of Justice acting chief folded under zero pressure to give up all this information. Like, this is like the worst obstacle I've ever. She's barely asking. It's a first date, bro. It's a first. It's not even pillow talk. You're at the local bar on a first date, and you're just dropping.
Bonnie wants whatever Trump wants.
Sure.
Why is there suddenly this internal conflict?
I really just want his quotes.
Do you think like the stuff with Epstein will actually get released or not at all?
If it does, it'll be heavily redacted, and his name won't be in it.
But those files do exist.
There's files.
Yeah.
For sure. There's thousands and thousands of pages of files. But again, if they're released in any way, it's going to be very redacted. They'll redact every Republican or conservative person in those files. Leave all the liberal, Democratic people in those files, and have a very slanted version of it come out where it's like, look at what he's doing without releasing any of their bad behavior.
This is James O'Keefe.
So I think that's the main parts. Yeah, now it's a gold ad. Paste. Talk about gold. It's the same thing. Okay, so that's insane, right? That is an insane thing for someone at a senior level of the DOJ to say. It's just, it's one of the crazier public things to come out. And his instant response, again, I couldn't believe this. Was they put out an apology via a screenshot of an iPhone Notes app on a phone with 30% battery. But this is from the DOJ. I'm trying to find it. Here, I think this is it. Oh, they cut it off. Okay, but dude, I gotta find it. Where DOJ Schnitt tweet. Give me a second. Yeah, here it is. This is it, dude. This is from the official U.S. Department of Justice. This is their immediate response. A 30% fucking iPhone Notes app. And that's their official. And they quote tweeted this. This is the world we live in. It was second date. It was second date. I met a woman named Skylar on Hinge, a dating app. We had 2 dates. She claimed to be an au pair in Georgetown. She gave no clue she was a reporter or recording our dates. Had I had a clue, the first date would have ended immediately and there never would have been a second one. He tried to make her feel bad? You never would have got that second date from me if I'd have known you were secretly undercover trying to... Of course! What a stupid statement, of course! Why would you even open that? Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that if you knew she was undercover... What a stupid... He's heartbroken. He's fucking heartbroken. My profile indicated I did government work, but I did not specify for which agency. I never discussed what I did at DOJ. But we just saw the clip where you did do that. You did do that, dude. Wait.
And they're like 23.
What do you do for work again?
I work for the Department of Justice.
Okay.
And they're like 23 years. I'm an analyst. I'll be acting deputy chief.
So that's a lie. Even the beginning of this apology is disprovable in the video right below the apology that you're quote tweeting. This is amateur hour. This is crazy. My comments were my own personal comments on what I've learned in the media and not from anything I've learned or done at work. I have no knowledge of the circumstances surrounding Miss Maxwell other than what's reported in the news. I also never divulge anything about what I do at work. This is false. You just did that. So this is like, it's very difficult to believe. It's very difficult to believe. Now, I will say, if this were the only possible piece of evidence in the whole world, I could theoretically believe, hey, this guy wanted to sound extra cool. Listen, he is acting deputy chief. He has access. He is a high up at the DOJ. This is not a low-level person. It's senior. But maybe I could be like, okay, this guy wanted to impress this woman, okay? And even though she's from Veritas, a right-wing organization, maybe he thought this woman's a super lib, and I got to impress her with this knowledge. But the problem is, what he's saying lines up so perfectly with the actions being taken right now against the Epstein survivors and Thomas Massie. It is the perfect lineup of what they're trying to do it explains the actions and why they're so different from the words. So it makes what he's saying when he thinks he's not being recorded seem a lot more believable. And this all comes together. So I'll say honeypot over here. These things are combining, again, to make like this Epstein scandal not going away is the main, not, as I said, it seems like every other story in America goes away pretty quickly. But every time I think this one's going to go away, it comes back. It's just like at the core of something that, again, all regular people are pissed off about. which is like this weird two-tier justice systems for those elite in especially politics and business. Like there's people at the very top. They feel like they are not applied to the same level of scrutiny or justice. And MTG is with Thomas Massey. Yeah, again, Marjorie Taylor Greene, who again I also don't like, is with him. But also so is Ro Khanna on the Democratic side. Like they are, there is an effort from people on both sides of the aisle to see this. And I think Thomas Massey's quote was very good, which is what he said. He said, this is not going away and this will hurt our party severely. He's talking about Republicans. He's like, if we don't take action to get this stuff out, it's going to hurt our party severely. And I agree with that. I mean, I think like there is only one group right now that is really obstructing this. And it basically starts and ends with Trump. Trump and his influence around people around him. So again, I respect Thomas Massey for his actions here, especially because every other GOP rep is deeply afraid of getting primaried when Trump screams at them. Trump has that power. He's kind of forced everyone in line. And Thomas Massey is either able to get the votes on his own or unwilling to compromise on his principles, but I respect it. So it's all happening right now. I will say, it's very tough to make the case that nothing is going on when they're delaying and obfuscating once this honeypot thing came out. He's got a strong base in Kentucky. Maybe that's why he's got all the guns. Maybe that's why he's got all the guns. Oh, yeah. It's a good finisher. Wait, did you know that clip? What is this? This is Speaker of the House Mike Johnson, the guy who has blocked the vote over and over, including sending everyone home for summer vacation rather than let a vote be taken. This is Mike Johnson, okay? His explanation as to why Trump couldn't have been involved is really good.
He's not saying that what Epstein did is a hoax. It's a terrible, unspeakable
This is after Trump has been saying we need to stop talking about the Epstein hoax.
It is a hoax. It's a terrible, unspeakable evil. He believes that himself. When he first heard the rumor, he kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago. He was an FBI informant to try to take this stuff down. The president knows and has great sympathy for the women who have suffered these unspeakable harms.
So that is a quick line. But what Mike Johnson is implying is that Donald Trump was an undercover FBI informant to try and take down Epstein. This has never been heard elsewhere before. He kind of just slipped it in there. But what he's implying is that no matter what happens or what comes out, Donald Trump was actually an undercover informant all along, who is part of this incredible sting to take down Jeffrey Epstein, which is an incredible claim. Because if he was part of that back in the 80s, he did a pretty bad job because it took 2 decades. It took 2 decades after that. So he was either the worst FBI informant of all time, or it's a very obvious lie. He's a white hat pedophile. The world's first white hat pedophile. I touched those kids because I was protecting them. That's funny. That's funny. He did it for America. Truly the hero Gotham needed. Yes. Anyway, so that all combines to sort of give you the update on what's going on, I think, with the Epstein situation. And again, let's see. The most recent Quinnipiac poll had 63% at severely disapprove of the administration's handling of the Epstein files. I think another 12% disapprove, so that's already above 70. Let's see if there's a... I think what's interesting is that independents are broadly in agreement that it's a not being handled well. They're negative. Okay? So it's not just Democrats here. And even, again, this is like probably one of his worst polling issues among Republicans. More Republicans think it's not well than well. And again, unless they're planning on, I don't know, murdering all of these victims they're going to speak out, I don't know how they're going to keep. It feels like a game of whack-a-mole where they're trying to put the lid on the bottle in all these different ways. And the pressure for the truth to come out keeps getting higher. I don't know. It feels like something's got to give. But I guess theoretically, if they can somehow silence the women speaking out and block Massey's release vote and eventually redact and then release their version of the files, they can get away with it. But definitely hoping that that's not the case. What else was there? Donald Trump says it's time to end the Epstein hoax. Let's see what he had to say after this ad. It's time to end the Democrat Epstein hoax. Democrats are reviving this. Wait, I'm sorry. He's got a. Is this the image?
Sponsoring a discharge position to get the House to vote on releasing those documents. Says he doesn't believe you speaking at a press conference on Capitol Hill. They're calling for these case files, these documents to be released. And Thomas Massey, who was sponsoring a discharge position to get the House to vote on releasing those documents, says he doesn't believe you're implicated in these files, but many of your friends and donors may be, and he says that's why the Justice Department is redacting them and slow-walking the release. Is the Justice Department protecting any friends or donors, sir?
So this is a Democrat hoax that never ends. You know, it reminds me a little of the Kennedy situation. We gave him everything over and over again, more and more and more, and nobody's ever satisfied. From what I understand, I could check, but...
Again, the question was about Thomas Massey, who's a Republican, a gun-loving Kentucky Republican who is trying to get the files released. And he is claiming this is a Democrat hoax.
From what I understand, thousands of pages of documents have been given, but it's really a Democrat hoax because they're trying to get people to talk about something that's totally irrelevant to the success that we've had as a nation since I've been president. Even if you look at D.C. right now.
We'll talk about the jobs numbers later. That's a separate topic because that came out today. We'll talk about the jobs numbers later.
Now, D.C., it's a totally safe zone. It's called a safe zone. That's a term. It's a term of art.
What?
It's a totally safe zone. It's called a safe zone. That's a term. It's a term of art. It's a safe zone because
he's actually spitting. That's like a poetry. That's a poetry. It's a totally safe zone. It's called the safe zone. That's a term of art.
It's very safe. You could walk down the street now and nothing's going to happen. No crime, no murders, no nothing. Because we had a lot of problems with certain places, and we still do. All run by Democrats, or for the most part run by Democrats. So what they're trying to do with the Epstein hoax is get people to talk about that instead of speaking about the tremendous success like ending 7 wars. I ended 7 wars. Nobody's going to talk about because they're going to talk about the Epstein whatever. I understand that we were subpoenaed to give files, and I understand we've given thousands of pages of files. And I know that no matter what you do, it's going to keep going. And I think it's enough because I think we.
No files have been released. The victims are asking for them to be released. Congress, in this case, Thomas Massey, is asking for them to be released. Nearly a majority of Congress, we need 2 more votes, asking to be released. And Ghislaine Maxwell was interviewed, but only privately, off the record with the DOJ, and then was transferred to a minimum security prison, which is weird. So people obviously want answers. They clearly, something is going on. Deals are being made, stuff's being shifted behind the scenes, and we don't get to see the truth of it.
We should talk about the greatness of our country and the success that we're having. I think we're probably having, according to what I read, even from 2 people in this room, we're having the most successful 8 months of any president ever. And that's what I want to talk about. That's what we should be talking about, not the Epstein hoax.
Does anyone, I mean, who believes that? Even if you're a die-hard Trump supporter and you think, you know what, the stuff he's doing is going to cause some pain now, but it'll pay off later. Nobody thinks it's the best 8 months of any president ever. It's crazy. It's nobody's saying that. Anyway. Latest YouGov had him underwater on cost of living minus 28. Again, there's people, I know for some people it's everything he does I hate, and there's some people everything he does I love. Okay? But across polling, there are people who say, I like what he's doing on crime and immigration, which is least bad polling. They're still negative. His least bad. But I hate what he's doing on trade, tariffs, the Russia-Ukraine war, and cost of living. And this, as it was with Biden, which sunk Biden, is super negative. Which is why I think it all comes down to a free and fair election. But the 2026 midterms are not looking good. This number alone can destroy the midterms. This is terrible and getting worse. Cost of living is the issue. It was the issue in the last election. It's going to be the issue in the next election. Like, I think renaming the Department of Defense to the Department of War and all that stuff, it's stupid, but it's a minor issue. That stuff doesn't really matter in elections. But the fact that the cost of living is so horrendous and noticeable and getting worse is a election killer. I think probably stronger than the Epstein stuff, really. Unless something comes out. What's this? Who is this? Who is this? Javadi. Oregon State Representative Cyrus Javadi switches parties? Interesting. An Oregon Republican is switching to Democrat? He's going to lose his election probably. My inbox filled with traitor. Facebook comments labeled me vile and a criminal, and that was just Monday. If outrage were a renewable energy source, Oregon could power the grid with Republican Facebook comments alone. When I came back to work at the dental clinic, one of the windows had been smashed out. We don't care what the problem is. Just, this is recent? Just vote no or else. Interesting. Interesting. The vote they're moving is the vote for this? Yeah. Yeah. The Republicans in Oregon wanted an entire session where they didn't raise any taxes to the district of the state. Oh, so he's not this is like in the in the Oregon government. It's kind of small scale is what I'm trying to say. I see. Okay. Has any president switched parties while in office? No. I've never even heard of someone. I've never heard of someone switching office in the Senate or the House. Like I haven't heard of a major politician switching parties while did cinema oh yeah. She switched to independent. But again, what was that while elected or was that between elections? Obama switched from a black suit to a tan suit. That was a that was a big switch up. I thought I trusted the guy. And then there he goes, just fucking. Big A may not be the most interesting news, but Roblox is enforcing age verification to protect children. Yeah, I mean, they're getting insanely bad PR around fucking pedophiles all throughout the website. All throughout the game. So they are going to try something. Whether it works or not. I mean, this is literally, I did see this. This is just like a PR statement. But they are adding Roblox Sentinel, an open source AI system that helps us detect early signals of child endangerment. Okay. Hey, have you guys been hit by the AI YouTube age verification? Are some of you under 18? Have you been blocked from watching Lemonade Stand because they can tell you're too young? Does spamming Glizzy make it think we're older or younger? It's a great question. I was just thinking about how, like, I assume, realistically, watching my content probably tells the AI that you're over 18 because I have a lot more over 18 than under 18. So if you're 17, you could just put Big A clips on in the background and then go watch Roblox. You can get around it. It's a fucking mask. Although realistically, what you do actually, I mean, if you are like 16 and want to have access to all YouTube videos, you just make a fake account and then watch 40 golf videos. You just watch like Tiger Woods highlights from 2002 or something. And then boom, you're free to watch whatever the fuck you want. Like that would instantly put you in a category. Or yeah, or history. Although, try to imagine that user. Actually, then you're gonna get flagged as a pedophile. If you are watching Roblox highlight videos and Tiger Woods 2001 highlights, it's gonna be like, like almost certainly pedophile. That's like the most red flag. Come on. You hit every tripwire. I flew too close to the sun and got ads for local nursing homes. Yikes. Well, that could mean it thinks you're old or it thinks your parents are old. It's trying to give you an out. Okay, was there anything else on the Epstein stuff I wanted to say? I mean, that's the three things that are happening. I would love if this vote gets forced. Just 2 Republicans, all it takes. They already have Massey and they already have Marjorie Taylor Greene. They literally just need 2 more. I thought Marjorie was bad. Listen, I'm not a fan of Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's not exactly the voice of reason, but she would like the full Epstein files to be released. Here's what I think. You know what? I'll confidently say this. I don't think Marjorie Taylor Greene is on the Epstein list. Consider that my endorsement. I don't think she's on it. I don't think she hung out with Jeffrey Epstein and abused young women. So I think she has an incentive to want it released. Even if I disagree with almost everything about America with her, I think we can both agree we'd like the list released. And so if she's going to vote for it, I will support her in that particular vote. It's actually a double bluff. She is on it. It's insane risk-taking gamble. For her to be on the list, know her bluff will get called, and constantly try to get it released. I mean, the whole point is they want the list released with no redacting. If there's redacting on the list, it still throws more doubts. They just want all the documents released. That's what they want. That would be the case. People are saying they could just lie or make it up, but if they tried to change the list but not redact it, like if they try to change the list and then pretend they didn't change it, I mean, that's a big risk, right? That they're taking a massive risk, because then now that's like a heinous crime. That is an extreme attempt to lie. Like that. There's so much scrutiny around it. And again, all it takes is like one guy on a date to leak, and then all of a sudden it's like the scandal of the century. And you have to have a lot, because again, there's a lot of people with eyes on these files, including some who are not on it and want it released. Like, for example, Kash Patel, my understanding is he is mad that he can't release it because he promised his social media followers that he would. Or Dan Bongino. In 100 years, will this be seen as Watergate 2? We'll never have a Watergate again. At least while social media is what it is. Watergate could only be as big as it was because of the news environment of the day. 3 major news channels and newspapers, and they focused on it with journalism for a long time. And it was a big story for months and months and months, and a huge scandal, and the pressure was on. It wouldn't matter today. It's just not big enough. Yeah. But even something big today has a much harder time breaking through the noise. But that's what I'm saying. That's why this Epstein thing has been so surprisingly resilient. It just checks so many boxes for the psyche of all different kinds of voters, regular people voters, because regular people aren't billionaire pedophiles. So like to them, it is a uniter across party lines. It's an extension of QAnon, which is an extension of Pizzagate. No, I think that's a very uncharitable way to put it, because Jeffrey Epstein was a real criminal, a real pedophile with a real island and real guests on it. It's not, I think it's an injustice to paint this with just a conspiracy brush. Robert Stacks, thank you for the gifties. What's this? Okay, wait. I want to talk about here. I got one more thing to talk about. Couple things. Let me get this ready. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some Kush up in it. I need this, and I need this. And then... Have you seen anything about the AFD candidates dying? An AFD candidate died? Oh, I haven't seen that. In what way? AFD candidate died. 6 candidates died days before elections? What the fuck? Okay, they're all pretty old. I'm not laughing, but they're all pretty old. It's like 66, 71, 59, 59. I mean, that's not that old. It's definitely under the... this is kind of conspiracy-y right now. I got to read more about it. It doesn't seem like they're major candidates. I'll talk about Elon in a second. But 6 of them? Yeah, I mean it's a weird number. But if it's not like like when 6 candidates die in Mexico before an election, it's very obviously not a coincidence because they get gunned down. There's but 6 old people dying of apparent either natural causes or one from suicide is like not, I mean, you're describing a series of world-class hitmen that are striking to get minor level AFD candidates in their old age right before it doesn't. If you know what I'm saying, it feels very either you're saying Agent 47 or but yeah, there should be an investigation, sure. Aiden would think the Mexican ones got gunned down by coincidence. No, Aiden would not say that. He would not say that. I had a good talk with Aiden today. Aiden gave me a really nice compliment on my my Kawhi Leonard video. He said he was trying to figure out what was going on. He watched a bunch of stuff, and mine was the best summary. And I was like, that's very nice. He said, like, it helped him actually get it. I told him to watch the full Pablo thing, but he hasn't done that yet. You see Mark Cuban and Pablo's conversation? I'm literally going to watch this on the flight. When I'm flying home for the funeral, I'm going to watch this. I haven't seen it yet. But if you guys don't know, like, as a follow-up to the Steve Ballmer, Kawhi Leonard scandal that I covered, Mark Cuban went on the same podcast that broke that story and defended Steve Ballmer and basically said, like, no, there's no wrongdoing. And I've watched the podcast yet, but like that's the main idea. And people are theorizing, and I'm getting more leaning towards this, is that Mark Cuban did a lot of the same things with Dirk Nowitzki. And like would like this all to be stuffed under the rug and stop talking about. But we'll see. Why would he put his neck out like that? I mean, maybe he's just hard defending it. Maybe he believes it. Listen, I'm going to be real here, though. I don't think it's a conspiracy theory in the slightest. In fact, I think that the evidence is so clear that Kawhi Leonard was getting paid under the table to circumvent the salary cap, because it is simply impossible that a company would pay $20 million, $7 million a year consistently for absolutely zero marketing. And in fact, hide the fact that they're paying him. Not even announce him as a not even like, it's just not, it doesn't make sense any other way. It does not. Like, it's kind of crazy to argue. And then it's so hand-wavy, like it's also a coincidence that the largest investor was Steve Ballmer, the guy who benefits the most from Kawhi getting an under-table payment. It doesn't, there's no other way it makes sense.
I got to the club. Sir, are you okay? Are you okay? The fake news was at it again.
Oh, that guy. We went woke after World War II. Kawhi deserves more blame, bro. Was greedy for immediate money. Listen, I don't agree. I don't agree. I mean, I agree that Kawhi knew what he was doing. Kawhi knew he was breaking the rules, but it is the responsibility of the team to not cheat. Okay? It is not, Kawhi can ask for whatever the fuck he wants. It is the responsibility of the team to be like, no, which is what Jeannie West and the Lakers did. He should have some blame. And again, I do think that Kawhi should have his contract revoked, which is what they did last time. I agree with that. But for me, it's so obviously Ballmer's fault. Like, it's not like there's always going to be a player's like, oh, you're going to pay for my nephew's college tuition? Oh, you're going to throw in a free truck? I'm not going to say no. Like, I'm not I get that it's wrong, but it's just hard for me to get mad at the player for not turning down an extra free private jet or it's the responsibility of the team to abide by the rules that they agreed to, that they collectively created. Realistically, can't Ballmer buy every fucking team? What can the NBA do to actually punish him? Well, they can't drag him out to the town square and kill him, if that's what you're saying. But they can suspend him as team owner. They can hurt his team. You can't own more than one team, by the way. So if he's suspended from the Clippers, he can't do anything else. He can't, if he loses draft picks or he loses the Kawhi Leonard contract, then the team loses. He cares about the team winning and they're going to lose. That should be enough of a disincentive, but what if he bribed Adam Silver? I guess he could do that. But I mean, other billionaire owners are they're not as rich as Steve Ballmer, but they're pissed about this. Again, I want to be clear. People are saying that all the billionaire owners do this, but in fact, most of them don't give a shit about this. They would rather all the players not get paid more. Most billionaire owners want to follow the rules because the rules make it so they don't have to pay that much. They would like the salary cap to be there because the cap protects them from losing too much money. So no, it's not like everybody's cheating. Only a few people are cheating. They're cheating to get more players than they should be allowed to get. What is these? What is this? Centel tweet. The NBA has mandated Kawhi Leonard play all 82 games next season as part of a disciplinary action because he's out so many with injuries. He actually has to fucking play. That would be the worst punishment for him of all time. I don't think he's ever played a full season. Didn't he play a full season in 2019 for the Raps? How is it not anti-competitive? A group of business conspiring to cap salaries so they have to compete on salary. Maybe something. This is the argument I made in my thing. It's a tough situation when it comes to sport, okay? Because there is such a financial difference between the richest team and the poorest team, if you don't have a salary cap, it leads to a few teams dominating year after year, kind of like some parts of European soccer. So for the better entertainment product, it actually is good for everyone if there is some sort of cap. However, the reason they make the cap is not that altruistic reason. It just happens to be that does make sense. The reason they make the cap is because they don't want to have to outbid each other for player salaries. So it's a complicated subject. It's a complicated subject. But what I would say is, doesn't it benefit the players by spreading the money around? That would be an individual player salary cap, which they have as well. But what we're talking about with all this is the team-wide salary cap for all your salaries combined. So it's complicated. What I would say is the way they've done it in the NBA, I would say is decently fair because they do it as exactly 50% of all basketball revenue of the NBA. So if the league makes $10 billion, $5 billion is the combined salary spending, and they divide it by all the teams. And that's your salary cap. It's not that bad of a system. I'm not actually a massive hater on it. I think the percentage could be higher. That would be my ideal. But it's not that bad of a system. the law doesn't care if it's fair or not. They should be persecuted either way. I think you are misunderstanding the NBA's rules and the law. Violating the salary cap is not something the FBI fucking cares about. It's not, they don't give a shit. The only way the actual law gets involved is if it is found out that Steve Ballmer was round tripping this revenue in this Aspiration Bank in order to dump it on public markets. Like if he was trying to not only help out Kawhi, but also pump and dump this stock for Aspiration. If it was securities fraud, he could get in trouble. It's hard to say if there's evidence of that because Steve Ballmer didn't seem to care about what Aspiration Bank actually did and wasn't looking into it. He was an investor, but it seems like he only cared about the Clippers stuff. NBA rules have anti-competitive that could be antitrust? I think that would be a hard suit to go on. It'd be so funny if the first the first major antitrust suit we pass in America in the last 15 years is breaking up the NBA. It's like, that's not the problem, bro. That's not the problem. That would be the... What would motivate the players to play better if their salary is capped? Well, again, this is why I'm not unfriendly to the idea of some sort of wealth cap. You know, you hit $1 billion and you get the medal, and then you have a much higher tax rate after that, because players at the current level we're at, again, there was a lot of oppression of player salaries back in the day. And currently, WNBA, they're getting a much smaller percentage of revenue than they should get. But currently, there's a lot of motivation. If you go from being an average NBA player to a LeBron level NBA player, you make a fuck ton more money. And even if it's not all in salary, you get it in sponsorships and endorsements and other things. I mean, you get an absurd amount. But I will agree that the very highest level, like LeBron and Steph, they are underpaid. They're underpaid for the amount of dollars they bring to the team. The team makes way more off them. And if there was completely, it's not even just in skill, it's like in terms of overall marketing. And if there was an uncapped salary, they would make a lot more money, for sure. But yeah, I would say so the thing about the NBA is I think they have the best union in sports. Am I crazy? The NBA union has consistently gotten a great percentage to the players and fought for it and have good MLB 100%, maybe MLB. I can say that. But what is the MLB revenue split? Because that's really what it is. See, I don't think so. Because the MLB is the smallest percentage of total league revenues compared to the NFL, NBA, and NHL. I think MLB's, it has no cap, but they only get the total player salaries is 47% of league revenue. It's not about making more. I keep saying this, and I want to explain it because I want people to really understand it. Okay, this is the negotiation is not about the total amount of money. Nobody is saying that fucking Caitlin Clark should pay what LeBron makes, or that a hockey player should make as much as a soccer player when there's more viewers. It's that you should get the same percentage. So if the WNBA, for example, I'll just say as an example, brings in $200 million in revenue. Don't worry about fucking expenses because they lie on expenses. On revenue. Then the players should get $100 million split amongst the players. Okay? Amongst all the players. The same way that in the NBA, when they bring in 20 billion, 10 billion goes to the players. Okay? And then you as a business figure out what to do with the rest. Now, hockey has 50% too. So if hockey's doing great, is what I'm saying. But baseball, MLB, has 47%. It's a little bit lower for the players. I think WNBA is like 12%. WNBA is 12%, bro. They get nothing. They get nothing of the revenue. And of course, the teams will continually lie about their expenses because they don't want this number to go up. It's the same thing with Hollywood accounting. Hollywood does the same thing. Hasn't the WNBA not turned a profit yet? If you ask me that again, I'm gonna fucking crash out. If one more fucking person believes the sports talk radio lie about, I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. It's so annoying, dude. When they made like like $30 million total for all revenue for the league, they had a net loss of $10 million. And then Caitlin Clark comes in, revenue balloons to $200 million, and they go, yeah, we lost. And by the way, same number of games, no more games added. They say we lost 40 million. They will never ever report a profit as long as it is in their interest. Because if they report, listen, if you're a billionaire, you do not give a shit about reporting a profit of a few $1 million here or there. You want the value of the team to go up, which it is. That is why every billionaire is constantly buying into these crazy WNBA deals. The bid they had on the recent WNBA franchise is like $300 million. A random fucking billionaire that doesn't care about basketball is not paying $300 million to buy a team unless he knows that value is going up. So it's just an obvious game they're playing. And it's not even uncommon. It happened to men too. All this stuff happened to men in like the early days of baseball and the NBA and football. They all lied back then about no money until the players had to strike for it. They had to do it because, it's just that you should have players in any sport should get roughly 50% or more. We could get there one day. 50% of the league revenue. Now, listen, I'm not going to, people in the chat will be like, the owners of the teams do nothing. But the owners of the teams actually have a very important role. Okay? Listen, there's the players who do the work of making the actual sport fun to watch and playing and putting their buys on the line. And then the owners have an important role, which is they convince local governments to pay for their stadiums. And sign the TV deals. Okay? Somebody has to convince all the governments to pay for the fucking stadiums. This is a hard job. And so they split the revenue. 50-50. And if you want to spend your revenue, again, I want you guys to understand that, like, how easy it is to lie on this stuff or hide it. Like, let's say your team makes, I don't know, $10 million, okay? Your team. That's your total share of the revenue. If you're a big shot multi-million, let's say the team is worth $200 million. And in 5 years, it's going to be worth $500 million, which is not the rate they're going, okay? This is where you make your money, how much the team is worth. You don't care about day-to-day operations. And in fact, you would like this to be a loss for tax reasons and to avoid having to give more to the players. You want this to be a loss. So when you make $10 million, it is in your interest to spend $10 million or $12 million. So what you do is, let's say your actual cost of business is 5. You have 5 left over. If you report a profit, everyone goes, wait, you have money. You should give it to the players. But if you instead spend that $5 million on, you can buy billboards, you can buy marketing, you could buy, I I don't know, a new seats. You could buy free jersey giveaways. You could buy a commercial package. You could buy Labubu's. You could buy a private box seat for your friends. You could, whatever. Just whatever the fuck you want to spend it on. Spend $5 million more. And then all of a sudden, oh, there's no money left. But your value of your team keeps going up. And they'll do this forever. This is not even just the WNBA thing. This is all industries. They'll do this forever if it's in their interest. And so you have to make the deal. This is what the NBA learned. The players of the NBA learned. You have to make a deal that we get the money out of the revenue. We get the money out of this. And then you can do whatever you want with the rest as your expenses. But don't let you decide all your expenses first and then decide what's left over to share with us. If that makes sense. If that makes sense. I hope that gets through. It's just annoying because I have people that like will call me, God, you're so fucking woke for the NBA. And it's like, bro, I don't watch the WNBA. I watch the NBA. The only WNBA reference I make is whenever Stans misses a layup, I go, Angel Reese. It's just obvious what's happening. And it's so annoying that like these fucking, I don't know, these people that listen to sports talk radio all day just repeat the same stock phrases over and over. And they're like deeply invested in the WNBA never getting their percent of players. It's annoying. I looked it up. It's true though. Dude, did you not understand a word I fucking said? Are you Jeeper Creeper? Explain to me what I just said. Explain it back to me. Explain my side of it. I feel like you actually are, it's going in your ear and out the other. You are not a thinking human being. I'm going to lose my mind. Explain to me what I just said. And then is this rage bait or are you? Bro, you're dumb as bricks. You are dumb as bricks. I don't know. I can't. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. I just want. It's like that scene from a Zoolander. But why male models? It's like, bro, I just said that. Oh, wait, by the way, one more basketball thing. I don't know, we're doing basketball pill lately, but I heard this, but I'm not confirmed on it. Is this real? Stream East, the world's greatest illegal sports streaming platform, was shut down in a sting? Is this not real? It's fake. I mean, it's on The Athletic. It's on the New York Times. What happened? It's real, but it was already back? That's based. Wait, so you're telling me that this is a year-long investigation? They did a surprise raid and shut it down and it was back up the next day? A coalition of 50 media and entertainment organizations, including Amazon, Apple, Netflix, and Paramount? That's crazy. The Alliance for Creativity and Entertainment. We scored a resounding victory in its fight to detect, deter, and dismantle criminal perpetrators' digital piracy. And then the next day, it's back up. That's You didn't score shit. Charles Rivkin. Hi, Maisie. That's crazy. In 2024, LA Lakers star LeBron James was seen via social media clip watching an NBA game on Stream East. I saw that. It's fucking. If Braun is watching Stream East, we all should watch Stream East. It's further proof that no piracy network is beyond the reach of coordinated global enforcement. It's like proof of the exact opposite. it's proof. It is currently proof of the exact opposite. But you know what I'll say it's proof of? And this is so well worn at this point, but it really is true, is that I am the exact type of person. I'm a well-off fucking millennial lazy. I would happily pay some money to watch it. But if you're going to make it this complicated, this fucking confusing, this difficult, it's just like you've made me a pirate against my better nature. I am the person that buys Hulu and forgets about it. They've literally, it's entirely their fault, bro. They could make so much easy money. Allegedly. Wait, really? Hey, I didn't know about this. Is this real? UFC is finally changing to a non-pay-per-view style thing where it's easy to watch? That's cool. I mean, I'm not really a UFC guy, but that's sick. That's been a huge complaint for years. Yeah, one more thing on this subject, I guess, of this stuff changing. Did you guys see? I got sent this. The NFL is doing co-streams today. YouTube paid for the rights to today's game and set up a bunch of co-streams with a bunch of like iShowSpeed was one of them. Yeah, I took a screenshot myself. I got that on my own. I think Mr. Beast maybe was one of them. My parents were complaining. I was talking to my mom and dad on the phone, and I heard my dad in the background, and my mom was like, "Yeah, this I don't know why I have to watch it on YouTube." And there's this Mr. Beast guy. I don't want to mix our game with your game. They thought he was like a gamer like me. But anyway, I've talked about this for a long time. I think I got a direct quote. I don't know if this is like from the 2021 predictions video. This was a while ago. But I said back then, dude, whoever cracks this code is going to make absurd money. Whoever makes it so you can reliably co-stream sports games is going to make absurd money. Because that is a massive, people are going to love that. There's going to be so many. Whoever becomes the Cadrel of the NFL is going to be one of the richest people alive, first of all. But also it'll be good for the NFL. If they can find a way to keep the commercials in, if they can find a way to make it so you can't leave the commercials in the co-stream. But whoever's the Tarek of this shit is going to make so much money. How do you do that without paying out the ass to co-stream it? That's the challenge, bro. But like, here's the example. Let's say YouTube, but like right now, the sports rights are owned by places like ESPN or cable networks. Let's say YouTube bought the rights to all the NFL. Then all they care about is minutes watched on site. So if they bought the rights, they could theoretically make it so anyone can co-stream it as long as they watch all the commercials. Or YouTube can run the commercials themselves on top of the thing. And then all of a sudden, you could have an absurd number of co-streamers, all making their own flavor of NFL broadcast. Like, that's a possibility, and it would be an insane unlock. Like, if this actually worked, here's the problem, though. Well, I don't know how well this went. I didn't get to watch it. This could have been a bad experiment. You know, you need more time for someone to find the right person, but it's like someone will crack this eventually. I promise you that, because that's what the consumer wants. Regular people don't want to watch the official broadcast if they have a better option. They want to watch the more regular, casual person that they trust or like talk about it. People will always watch casual over the Riot broadcast. Not all people, but most people. It will happen. Like that is what consumers want, and they're going to get it. Like, whoever cracks it is going to make a lot of money. Would YouTube get broken off if that happens? Dude, can we talk about that? Wait, that's a separate topic I want to talk about. The Google antitrust stuff. I kind of briefly covered it, but I want to go deeper because this is like kind of a big deal. Okay. Google. The big G. They were ruled a monopoly. Checkbox, monopoly. The government, the DOJ, same guy that got caught in not the same guy, but the same team that got caught in that honeypot case. The DOJ sued them for being a monopoly, illegally using market power to discourage competition, and squelch competitors and maintain dominant market share. Okay, ruled and confirmed. Then they had a long wait before deciding what the sentence would be. It turns out the sentence was nothing. Kind of made me angry. Not nothing, but it was a very, very light slap on the wrist. Okay? And I'm gonna give a slight caveat here, because there's a part 2 to this story that's very interesting. Okay, so part 1 was they basically said this: you can't buy these 10-year deals with Apple to make Google search the default thing on Apple iPhones. You can only buy 1-year deals, but you can do it every year. Now, that's a very small thing, but it does allow somebody else to come in eventually, maybe if they had a better offer. It's very small. They also said Google has to share search data with its competitors. Again, pretty small. But they had a decent argument, and I want to make that clear, which is that when they ruled they were a monopoly, there was no AI. Okay? AI was not a thing. And now that AI is a thing, there's actually basically one of the main reasons they proved it was a monopoly was that everybody was afraid to even fund a search competitor. Nobody in Silicon Valley was putting any money towards a competitor to Google. But now that there's the AI boom, that's happening all the time. There is a ton of startups that are trying to make some sort of search competitor with AI that compete with Google. And so now they're like, okay, we don't want to go too hard on the punishment because this could be like a Blockbuster Netflix situation. The idea is that like right at the end of Blockbuster's life, you start regulating movie rentals. And it's like, that's already a dead, it's a possibility. Okay. Now, the main thing that we thought was going to happen was Chrome was going to get forced to be sold. That didn't happen. And when that didn't happen, and when this light thing came through, Google stock spiked. And that's all I said the first time. But there's follow-ups. Okay? There's two follow-ups. There's the European stuff, and then there's also what this means in America. Because I didn't think about that the first time. So now that Google stock is spiking, I thought, okay, good for them. No, like, not good for them, but like Google investors are just happy that they're not going to lose Chrome. But actually, it's more than that. What Google is now realizing is they can go whole hog on their AI efforts. And in fact, it makes a lot of sense to me. People, myself included, have been like, Google's been surprisingly, slow or quiet on their Gemini stuff. Like they haven't like included it as a bigger part of maybe their phones or like part of Gmail. They've been kind of slow on it. And now what they're actually going to do is put the pedal to the metal on, they haven't done any marketing. They've been literally not spending on marketing. They've been doing announcements, but not actually spending on marketing. They've been doing a lot less than they could have to try and push their stuff because they've been afraid of this lawsuit. And now that it's over, I expect Google is going to really, really do much more to try and get a lead over OpenAI. And so I expect to see a lot more push from Google with regards to AI. I think that I didn't recognize that. I didn't think about what they were holding back on. But they're completely unshackled now. So that's one part. So I'm not an investor in Google in real life, but I am an investor in Google in the stock game. So I've been following it, and I would be optimistic on their ability to become a bigger name in AI now that they have literally nothing stopping them. But the second thing that happened, and this is like more funny, is that at the exact same time as this monopoly suit, there was another monopoly suit in Europe, which did rule that Google was a monopoly in ad tech, in advertising, and they did not have a small punishment. The EU did a massive, massive multi-billion-dollar fine. EU fine Google. A 3.5, this is 5 hours ago, a 3.45 billion EU antitrust fine. Now, again, this is a massive fine, but for Google, this is like, 2 weeks profit. So it actually is, it could also be considered a slap on the wrist, but it's still a massive fine. It's like a very, very big fine. There's no breakup. And what's funny is the response, again, it mentions it here, but not only is our DOJ not following through on any antitrust action with Google, but Trump himself is so mad that Europe did this. That he is threatening tariffs on the EU because they fined Google. He's saying they have to undo their fine of Google, even though America also agrees it's a monopoly. Like, America has officially ruled this is a monopoly. They have a lighter punishment. Europe's punishment is harsher, and Trump said, we're going to do retaliatory tariffs on your continent if you find this company, which is crazy. We cannot let this happen to brilliant and unprecedented American ingenuity. Yeah, it's wild. Although I like this quote. At this stage, it appears the only way for Google to end its conflict of interest effectively is with a structural remedy, such as selling some part of its ad tech business, which I agree. Breaking up their ad tech business, having it spun off something else would be great. They have a total dominance of advertising on the internet, split with Meta. Same thing should happen to Meta. Listen, right now, if you are if you're a small business, in America, you pretty much have to promote on Google or Facebook. I will say TikTok is kind of breaking this, but TikTok's share of the market is still really small. And so it's a duopoly between Meta and Google. And they have like something combined, like 90% of all advertising share on the internet. And you have to pay them this tax. Like everyone has to do it. It should be broken up. You should have more options. It's crazy. If they would split off YouTube, that would be a big third advertising. Yeah, I mean, splitting off YouTube would be massive. And I think a stronger FTC or DOJ in the earlier, like when they broke up AT&T back in the day, like that is the level of DOJ you'd need to break that up, because YouTube breaking off from Google would be the biggest antitrust thing we've ever done in my lifetime. It would be so massive. What percent is Twitter ads? 0. 0% of online advertising is Twitter ads. It's not, it would be negligible, round down to nothing. And I'm not even being facetious. It literally would be 0. It would be nothing. It would be such a small amount of ad spend. And I know that from literally working at a company that had ad spend. Like if we had a $500K budget for ads for, let's say, NVIDIA, it would be so negligible to Twitter. And that was back when Twitter was more advertiser friendly. It doesn't work. The truth is it doesn't work. It never has, and it probably works less now. Twitter ads are fucking... have you ever clicked one? Nobody clicks them. They do nothing. I mean, they're nothing. They have no targeting. They have really bad like follow-up data. They have really bad tracking. It's Google and Meta. It's all the way through, because they will give you everything. They'll give you all the tracking, all the data. You can target it to like, I want to target 28-year-olds in Oregon who like Doritos or what. You can do anything. You can do, you just can't do that with Twitter. Twitter is a terrible ad platform, and now it's like you're putting your shit next to like the worst stuff on the internet. Yeah, and they have the lowest click-through rate. We tried a bunch of tests, and I'm kind of biased, especially back then, but even now, I'm biased towards Twitter because I still use it. I hate that I use it, but it's like one of the only places you can get like up-to-date news from financial people. Like they don't like there's financial Twitter's okay. So I still use it, and so when I was working there, like I would be like, all right, well let's put some part of the budget towards Twitter. And it just never paid off. It never worked. It had the by far lowest click-through, the most bots, the most spam clicks, the most ad fraud, the most... What about Twitch ads? Can we talk about that? Is there a... Let's talk about this, dude. This is a separate topic. Is there the graph? Where's the graph of Twitch overall viewership by year? Does anyone have the... I'm going to describe it to you. If you can find it, that would be really helpful. It's like... I don't remember which platform does it. It shows Twitch viewership over the course of the years. It has like 2021, 2020, 2019, 20... It's like a... Maybe it's Twitch Tracker or it's Solinome or something. It's not this. It's not Twitch Tracker. But this is fine, I guess. Okay, I'll just say this. Twitch just reported a viewership freefall. The lowest viewership in 5 years amid viewbot crackdown. Now, obviously, all my chat here are bots, so I'm still safe. But the numbers are bad. I mean, look, you can see it on the right here. Actually, maybe you can't because I'm blocking it. But like you can see, listen, Twitch got the best news in the world when the guy ate that bat. Whatever kicked off COVID was the best news in the world for Twitch and Twitch streamers. And the website got a massive increase. But then ever since then, it's been declining. And now the free fall is pretty evident. People are saying it's because they cracked down on view-bots, which could be part of it. Although other people are saying that they tried cracking down on view-bots and then got rid of that after a day because they're too scared. Because what I want to say as someone who worked at Twitch is that, how does it work? I want to okay. There's a nice chain of command here. There is somebody at let's say like you're a executive. I need an exec at Nike. Exec at Nike. And you don't know fucking shit. Oh, I'm literally writing under myself. Exec at Nike. Okay? And all you know is that your kids have been talking about this Twitch thing. This is what the gamers are into. This is what kids love video games now, and they are like Twitch. That's all you know. You don't watch. You don't know shit. You don't care. You don't know the difference between Overwatch and League of Legends, and none of it matters to you. You just know that gaming is a thing. Okay? So you tell marketing team, go get me some Twitch. Put Twitch in our mix, okay? Add the Twitch. That's what the kids are watching right now. So the marketing team has an incentive to show you a good Twitch campaign. That's what you asked for. So they go to Twitch and they give Twitch money. And they're having, Twitch has an incentive to give them what they asked for. And then Twitch has a bunch of fake viewers watching an ad for Nike. Okay? These are fake. Not all of them are, there's some real viewers, but a lot of them are fake. So Twitch comes back and says, hey, look, we put your ad up. We got, Twitch says we have millions of viewers every day, and we got 300,000 of them to watch it or whatever. Okay? This team, even if this team is more in touch and is like, well, I heard about viewbots. I heard about how can we know it's being spent reliably? They want to lie because they want to keep their jobs with this guy. And this guy is not in tune enough to know about all the news about this. Do you understand? The problem is there's a incentive misalignment. Twitch knows that some of the numbers are fake. But if they get rid of it, then their numbers look bad to this team. And that can't be had because then they'll take their money elsewhere. Don't they just see the CTR? Yes, they do. And eventually, over a long enough time, if people complain about the low click-through rates, Twitch will stop getting money. But in the short term, so much of the money that comes into Twitch is based on these big, large viewership numbers. And that's what this guy knows about. He's like, oh, I heard about Kai Cenat from my kids. I heard about, we need to get on Twitch. So he tells his team, The team asked Twitch to get them a certain number. Twitch has the number because of the fake numbers, and everybody benefits from it being fake. The only person that actually loses are like Nike shareholders because their money's being wasted on ads that are being seen by bots. But nobody knows about that for a while. It takes a while. Okay? So, and this is happening to all the companies advertising on Twitch, is they're all collectively getting scammed. Now, eventually, they'll wake up. Eventually, like what happened with Twitter. People realize I don't want my ads to be on a platform where it's mostly bot or a lot of bots because a lot of my ad money is wasted. It's not being seen by human beings. But that takes a while. And in the short term, I think Twitch is not really cracking down on view bots as much as they could because they're scared of this exact thing happening. Because this looks really bad for Twitch. If the viewership is going down, it looks like they're a dying platform, which they might be. They might be. I feel like people who were a certain age when COVID happened got into Twitch. People who are way younger than that, a lot of them are just going to YouTube. They're just starting on YouTube. I feel like Twitch is not maintaining. Or TikTok. Yeah, or TikTok. Yeah, TikTok's a better example, actually. TikTok on IG Live. So I think there's a viewership problem with Twitch. And I think that's the reason they don't crack down on it as much as they pretend they do. Like, here is an example. This is Zach Bussy, Flirt, Boosie, who pulled the numbers and found that there was 4 days where they cracked down on viewbotting, and the viewership was down so much that it mysteriously seemed to be rolled back on the 5th day. The gap between this green line and the dark green line is like, this is the previous week and the next week, okay? So they cracked down on it and there was this massive gap. There's a huge viewership drop. And then it went back. And so it just feels like Twitch knows they have to lie about the numbers. If they don't lie about the numbers, then they lose advertisers. But we'll see. It's also possible this. I want to say it's also possible this. There's a cat and mouse game. It's possible the viewbots found a workaround. Totally possible. It could be the case that Twitch really does care about it. But in my experience, here, I'll give you an example. It's a much smaller scale example. But when I worked there, it was an open secret that if you put something on the front page of Twitch, you know that little carousel? Does it still look the same? I never use the front page. Yeah, here it is. Okay. When you put something on the front page of Twitch, right here in this first slot on the carousel, it would add a lot of fake viewers to the stream. So whenever Cheez-It or something paid for a Twitch stream, my first job was handling the front page. And the sales team would come to me and be like, you have to put this front slot of the carousel for these 3 hours. So I would have to go in the back end and make sure that this was Cheez-It so that their dead chat stream would have an extra 15,000, 20,000 viewers. And it's like, they never cared. And I think the people at Cheez-It knew that obviously there wasn't actually any people watching, but they just lied to their bosses about it. They go, hey, look, we had a great stream. We had 20,000 viewers. Their boss didn't watch the stream. They didn't see the empty chat. Do you understand? It's just kind of like a numberflation. It's a chain of, yeah, it is. It's a chain of people lying to their bosses, or at least like looking the other way. You know, it's a chain of people looking the other way, even if they're like, wait a minute, why does our stream have 20,000 viewers and nobody's in chat? And it's like, if I bring that up, I don't get to report that we had a great stream to my boss, and my boss doesn't get to report to his boss. So that is my experience with Twitch numbers, and it feels like they are kind of like dipping, site wide at least. Although I will say, like obviously, Kai is bringing in like a young audience, and he's bringing in huge numbers. So maybe Ludwig, and I think I trust Ludwig on this stuff. He's pretty in tune. He's like, yeah, I think they're gonna have a good month. Like this is gonna be a good viewership month for Twitch because of all the people coming in. And it's probably true. Maybe I don't know. But I would say that in my experience at Twitch, everything good that happened to the site was on accident. I'm not trying to be mean. It's just like, I feel like internally at Twitch, the overall viewership of the site would look like this. It would be like, down, 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 down. Twitch plays Pokemon. Twitch plays Pokemon happens. And then it saves the website. And then it's like down, 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 down. And then like Fortnite comes out. And there's like a Ninja Fortnite explosion. And then like Drake plays Fortnite with Ninja. And then like down, 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 down. And then like Among Us pop off. Oh, everyone's back. And then it'd be like down, 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 down. And Cove, you know, whatever. It'd be like, there's always be something outside of their control that would go viral and bring viewership back up for the website. And it would never be like a great new feature or product or the website getting better, or you know what I'm saying? It would always be like out of their control. So it's quite possible that like they're in one of these down periods and then something's going to happen and then Twitch is going to spike up again. It's very possible. Maybe Kai Cenat is that. Maybe the Mafiathon 3 is that thing, but that was my experience, was that it was more of luck. They got lucky with that stuff happening. What's the one book on internet ads industry recommended a while back? It's right here. Subprime Attention Crisis. And it's literally all about how so many of online ads are click fraud. It's called Advertising and the Time Bomb at the Heart of the Internet. And it basically says so much of the online economy is based around showing ads to bots. And that people aren't actually watching them. And you know, a huge percentage of clicks are fake. And everybody has to lie about it, including the marketing departments buying it, because then they'll get fired by their boss. So everybody's lying, and nobody has an incentive to look into it too hard. Is that recent? No, this is an older book. I read this a few years ago. When did this come out? This came out, I might have read this when I was at Twitch and I was getting disillusioned. This came out in 2020. Yeah, I did. What would you recommend for viewers who can't read? Big A clips, baby. Big A clips. Do you ever miss having to go to the office? Fuck no. Sitting in fucking traffic was the worst part. No, I don't fucking miss having to fucking get up and drive in traffic or getting off work at 5 p.m. in rush hour and then fucking driving home in traffic when I'm tired as shit. No, I didn't like it at all. I do miss sometimes being in an office and like getting in a room with people and brainstorming something and having cool ideas and like thinking about it. And I like that. That was fun. The job had many fun parts, but would you leave at 5 p.m. on the dot? No, actually. Sometimes I would stay until fucking 7:30 so I could skip all the traffic. But that's not a life. That's not a life. We had optional office 1 day a week, and even that was torture. Okay, bro. You talking to someone on a medieval torture rack? Dude, I know it. I know what it's like. I know what you're going through. I had optional office 1 day a week, bro. It was I've been there. I feels like my back's getting ripped apart, dude. That's not torture. Optional office 1 day a week. I have to go in twice a month and it's basically a war crime. I guess what I will say is like, even 1 day a month for RTO drastically changes where you can live. The field of where you can live suddenly gets way restricted. You have to be in a more expensive area. So it is kind of it's kind of, I can see the complaint. Like they should just, if it's that infrequent, it should just be like, you can be full remote. But there's benefits of in office. I'm not going to fucking lie, even though people like to hear that. But the downsides do suck. People are happier when they don't have to go to the office, just generally. And it is crazy to be like, people have to be unhappier. People have to be unhappier. It is easier to move up, especially if you're young. Young people are probably beneficial to be in the office because they can learn more and make connections and move up. But it's tough. Work from home Monday and Friday, and I wouldn't work more than that. That seems like a good ideal, by the way. If I was gonna be like, if I was gonna have to find a middle ground, I feel like work from home Monday, Friday, in office Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, hybrid. That's not crazy, bro. That's actually not bad. A little flexibility. Especially because sometimes you got fucking errands to run, or you got shit to do, or you need to have a dentist appointment or some shit. And just having the flexibility to not, I don't know. Do you agree with the thought that work from home is unproductive? No, I don't agree with that thought, but it is. I have a caveat, which is, well, here's tough. I think if someone was good at their job before work from home, they will still be able to do the job amazingly with work from home. I believe that. I think if they already are good and concrete, but I think when someone new comes in and they have to be trained and learned in a work from home environment, they will often be they will be really bad at picking up how to do the job well. And they have nobody to turn to or rely upon to get better. So it's a tough balance is what I'll say. But I fully think that someone who's already competent and good is fully able to like manage their time and get it done in work from home. I can't think of a single associate we hire who's actually good. I went from an all in office job to a new job that's all work from home and I don't do shit all now. Yeah, again, I think people do that and I think that's fair. And it's definitely easier to slack from work from home. But I'll be honest with you, dude, people just slacked in different ways at the office. If you were somebody who slacked at the office, you're going to slack at work from home. Like people just browse Reddit or fucking chill out at the water cooler or just walk around or host pointless meetings. Do you know what I'm saying? To me, it's not like, I think it's a motivation thing more than it's the office or not the office. I don't believe in this mythical person who's like, he or she would have been an incredible worker in the office, but because of the demon of work from home, they became this lazy loser. I think people, if they're not motivated by their company or their management or their job, are going to slack either way. And maybe they'll hide it better at the office, but I have the biggest presentation of the year due Tuesday, and I haven't started. For work or for school? If it's for school, you're screwed. If it's for work, it's easy, bro. Just reschedule the meeting. Just say something came up. Or just bluff, or just Oh, I forgot the school's also easy now. You just chat GPT. Back in my day, if you had shit due for school in 24 hours, you were actually scared because it was you're gonna fail. You had nothing to show. You had to get Adderall. You had to find a guy with Adderall and go to the library. The professors are on to ChatGPT now. Dude, you say that, but I just read this article. And it was, I'm a high schooler. AI is demolishing my education. And it's just an example of, he's like, I watched a classmate discreetly shift in their seat, prop their laptop up on a crossed leg, and highlight the entirety of the chapter we were discussing. In seconds, they had gotten AI-generated annotation of the chapter. So they literally were faking their discussion on the chapter. And then, like, in Algebra 2, after homework worksheets were passed around, I saw a peer use their phone to take a snapshot and upload that to ChatGPT. The AI then painted my classmate's screen with a step-by-step solution and relevant graphs. It even shows you how to show your work. You're just copying. So I'm skeptical that like teachers have figured it out or that people aren't doing it. I feel like almost everybody's doing it, especially in high school level. I feel like the cheating is so rampant that it's like the entire education system has to be rethought. I gotta blow my nose. Stop spamming Yep Coke. Holy, how many lines was that? How much coke can one man snort? You tell me. Do you have an air purifier? I don't think it's an air purifying thing, dude. My nose gets stuff when I talk. This never happened before I started streaming. When I sit here and talk, my nose just gets stuffed over the course of... I feel like I have deviated septum. I think I have deviated septum. No, I don't have autism. You should read Librarian Glazer's log. He has an interesting story. Okay. Is this just Librarian's alt? User Librarian Glazer. You think it's more lame to have a deviated septum than just say I do coke? You think I should lie and say I'm doing coke to sound cool when I leave? I see. Wait, what is this? Okay, he works at Kroger, and the Kroger company-wide policy is that an online delivery department should aim for 45% perfect orders. Okay, so the bosses are telling you you have to have 45% of your orders perfect. That's, you order groceries, and the people report it as perfect. Okay. So your district has a boss that says it needs to be 90% perfect. In order to meet that demand, we have to fake barcodes and lie about substituting items on customer orders. So you have to make fake orders that are perfect in order to convince your boss that 90% of the orders are perfect. Yeah. I think you've hit the nail on the head. A lot of people all over are having to keep up lies to keep stats good for their bosses. And I'm going to do a really, really, I won't say good because it's not my choice to make, but I'm very excited about this presentation I'm doing about the way banks are hiding bad loans in their books. Because I had probably the best expert I've ever interviewed. I interviewed a guy who worked as a loan risk officer for 17 years. And he just gave me the fucking juice, dude. He gave me the juice. I'm very, very excited to make a presentation about it. Which will come out first, Ponzi scheme, iceberg, or that vid? This vid. I'm gonna cut down the interview. I'm doing an off. He doesn't want to be live. So we talked for 3 hours on the phone. I wrote a bunch of notes and I was like, dude, I have to get you on the record. I have to get a video with you in it so people can hear your talk. So I'm gonna record an interview with him offline on Thursday of next week. And then I'm gonna cut it down and I'm gonna add my explanations and like some charts in the middle. And then I'm gonna put it out. Um, Poggy's charts. Where does SilkSong fold and all that? SilkSong I'm going to be playing every day, bro. I'm going to play today here in just a minute. I'm just trying to think of anything else. I'm gone this weekend, so I want to make sure Adish has enough stuff to talk about for the next 2 days. Oh, actually, I should probably talk about that, dude. Oh, jobs numbers. Okay, wait. First I'll do jobs numbers, and then I want to talk about, I want to crash out about clips versus main commenters. That's not really a clip, but I just want to talk about it. Okay, I want to talk about it, and I want to fucking crash out.
Who wants the clip farm?
Right here, babe.
There we go. That's what you need.
Put that on the clip channel. Put that on the clip channel. We like Fortnite. What's up, babe?
I was just checking.
You just checking on me?
Just checking and giving you some clip.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I needed that. Yeah.
Oh,
You gonna bring the Yule?
Nah.
What about the team?
Nope.
I didn't want to see the animals.
Did you show him your tapestry?
Oh, I didn't!
You didn't?
Wait a minute! Big reveal! I was gonna show you guys this.
What about the animals and the mat? Yeah, I did. Okay.
Chat. Without further ado, the background of all my SilkSong streams from now on.
You can hang on the wall,
Look at that! Cinema! It's so beautiful! How sick is that, dude? And it could be right here in the back, so I can like just look at that. Dude, some guy said I prefer the bookshelf. Shut the fuck. It's for SilkSong. Shut the fuck up, bro. Read the room. God damn. Fucking, oh my God. God damn. Look at Brian. Yeah, Brian Griffin ass comment. I get it. So stupid. Where's the books? Where's the blurry books? Anyway, this is so sick. This is fucking sick. Leave it out? Well, I don't want it for non-SilkSong stuff because it's like, listen, I'm low budget Kai Cenat. Okay? You know how like he decorates his whole room when he plays Elden Ring or whatever? This is what I got for SilkSong, okay? I have one piece of background art. I'm not gonna. They call me the black guy. So you heard it here first. I'm the white Luca. I'm the white Luca and the black Kai Cenat. That's what they've been saying that. Eight-ish, that's the clip for the day, by the way. Get that up. So that is that. Oh, okay. So I want to talk about jobs, and then I want to talk about fucking crash out. Let's see here. Well, here's the thing. Dude, can I be straight with you, bro? Is there anything I could say about this horrendous jobs report that you would not expect me to say? I guess what I appreciate about these continually terrible, I guess here's what I'll say. Actually, here's the angle I'll take on the jobs report. Do you remember how 1 month ago in the last jobs report, Donald Trump fired BLS Commissioner Erica McIntarfer because she was obviously a woke Democrat plant who was bringing the jobs numbers down, and that he was going to have good numbers then. And then he fired her, and now 1 month later, the job numbers are still terrible. In fact, it wasn't really her. They're just bad. Although it scares me because Howard Lutnick. Howard Lutnick is saying that the jobs number will get more accurate. He said in the future, let's see if we can get the
Hims was a fantastic find.
Hims makes me and I need them. I'm getting Hims ads and I need them. No, it is targeted. It is targeted. It is targeted. I'm not gonna lie. I am exactly the client they're looking for. What they call me is the great white whale in the Hims marketing department. They want me bad, dude. I'm like one of you guys for a gotcha farmer, for a gotcha company. They want me. I'll buy all the products, dude. Okay, what did he say?
By the courts. The president himself said this week that if the Supreme Court doesn't rule in his favor, it would be very, very bad for America. If the Supreme Court doesn't rule that these tariffs are valid, it questions the entire strategy the administration has put out. So what plans are there to deal with it if the Supreme Court...
Wait, I'm kind of interested in this question only because, again, this is about the court striking down the legality of the tariffs. Because if the Supreme Court holds that up, the U.S. has to pay a refund to everybody that paid a tariff. And obviously, Howard Lutnick will be pro-tariffs here, but it's funny that he has made massive bets, or his family has made massive bets, that tariffs will get struck down. And he stands to make millions and millions of dollars if the tariffs are struck down.
Rules against you.
Well, let's take a look at the decision that was 7-4 against us in the district court. The lead, right, the lead judge on the bench sided with Donald Trump. The judge before, who was the lead judge, sided with Donald Trump. The new judge that's coming in to direct the bench sided with Donald Trump. And the smartest judge on the bench sided with Donald Trump. I think if you read the dissent, you will see.
Okay, but what about the majority of the other judges? That's why it's called a vote. Can you imagine, like, if you're running for class president and you lose the vote, 12 vote against you, 4 vote for you? The smartest kid voted for me. That teacher's son voted for you. It's like, what the fuck are you talking? You can't just pick the 4 and describe their fucking praises. You lost the vote. The kid who's good at kickball voted for me. So in a way, I won this election.
That is the thoughtful way of dealing with these tariff cases. And that is going to be the underpinning of the Supreme Court's decision that is going to support Donald Trump as he drives our foreign policy. You have to have the foreign policy of the United States of America in the hands of the only person that was elected by our whole nation, and that is Donald Trump. He's done an amazing job with tariffs.
Congress has the ability to do some of this. There are
win.
Questions, and we'll see. You know, the Supreme Court could go either way, Howard, and I guess the question is, what's the backup plan? Just because so much is riding on this, what happens if they strike that down? Do you go to the Senate and say, give us the power to do this? Are there plans in place to do those things? Is there a plan to give back the tariff money to the companies that have been paying?
Really a job.
How does it work?
Okay, it says it's about jobs. I'll watch the rest.
All right. The president has all sorts of other authorities, right? So the 232s, so everything we just did with Japan, that holds, right? That's durable, that stays. Europe, that stays. These are autos, pharmaceuticals, semiconductors. Those all stay. So these are durable models. These big deals are going to stay. We have lots of other authorities that the president...
Just to be clear, I mean, that's not a good answer. Because if the Supreme Court strikes down Trump's ability to impose tariffs, then obviously the deals he did with Japan where he imposed tariffs will not stay. They're not durable. Obviously. That's the whole point.
Can use. They're called 301 and 338. I mean, he's got tons of authorities. This was fast and easy and incredibly smart, and that's why he did it. And look what we've achieved. You have over $500 billion a year coming in, asymmetric. Nobody is retaliating. Even the Canadians, the ridiculous Canadians who were retaliating, finally took down the last retaliatory tariffs.
Canadians.
Nobody retaliating, asymmetric, right? You have Europe paying us 50.
Dude, this reminds me. So Mark Zuckerberg was on a hot mic today.
How much are you spending, would you say, over the next few years?
Oh, gosh. I mean, I think it's probably going to be something like, I don't know, at least $600 billion through 28 in the U.S. Yeah.
It's a lot.
No, it's significant.
That's a lot. Thank you, Mark. It's great to have you.
Sorry, I wasn't ready to do
Oh,
for announcement.
he said I wasn't
sure what number you wanted to say.
They got him on hot mic being like, dude, I don't know what fucking no. He just said $600 billion. And that's what these numbers, like, they're just making up these numbers. Like, Japan's going to put $500 billion into America. It's just, there's no validity to it. There's no validity. Nobody's just taking $500 billion and doing what you want in the country. I wasn't sure what number you wanted to go with. Like, he's asking you how much you plan to invest in America. You should know that, but he's just saying whatever Trump wants him to say. Is that Bill Gates? Yeah, Bill Gates is, dude, I don't think we have time. But on your own, if you're interested, watch Bill Gates' speech at this dinner. It's very snarky. He clearly, I mean, he's still there. He's still glazing Trump like everyone else. But like, he's saying things in a way where it's it's very funny, is all I'll say. It's very like, it's light jabs. Anyway, so, sorry, I was trying to find this Letnick interview anymore. Let's watch a little bit more of it, because I do want to see him talk about the jobs.
15%, while our exporters can pay zero. You have the smartest trade policy. Now, the icing on the cake was the Japanese deal. Their tariffs go down to 15%, and they give Donald Trump $550 billion
That's what I'm talking about.
to go build what he wants. He wants to bring semiconductors
This is
home.
what I'm talking about.
You're going to see semiconductors home. How about generic pharmaceuticals? The Chinese make antibiotics. Why are we dependent on the Chinese to make antibiotics? Now the Japanese funding is going to build generic antibiotics in America so we can take care of ourselves. This is the smartest deal that anybody's ever done, and the only way we get this kind of deal done is because Donald Trump's in the Oval Office.
Hey, Mr. Secretary, we're going to hear these jobs numbers.
I don't know. Everyone has to constantly glaze in every sentence. It's exhausting. Everything is the best thing ever, and it's all because...
Just to go back to that for a moment, in about a half an hour, I'm curious how you think we should think about the credibility of these numbers, given that the president removed the former head of the BLS. There's a new person in that role. Has there been a change, a meaningful change to the methodology with which we should see in these numbers? And should we think they're more credible than they were a month ago?
Well, I think you take the noise out, meaning if the leader is bent against Donald Trump, then they're going to have, such errors, and those things are bent. We've seen that in all sorts of agencies throughout this government. The people, the holdovers from the Biden administration, they're just bent against the president's success. They're rooting against America and against Donald Trump, and that's got to end. So he can't replace somebody, 2 weeks ago, and you expect fundamental change. But what you will get is an agency that's on side, just trying to do the best and put out the correct numbers. And that's what Donald Trump has to do, and that's what this whole cabinet has to do. They have to get rid of people who are against the president, against the elected leader of the United States of America, and get people on side who just want America to win. Donald Trump wants America to win, and anybody who's against...
I'll just say, this is like all minutes before the numbers came out, and they were still terrible. Again, this is one of the worst jobs. I mean, we're now having back-to-back terrible jobs reports that are confirming that unemployment continues to rise. We're in a some fire, no hire economy. And the labor market is just fracturing. It's just bad. It's not good.
It's really against America being the greatest.
I understand that, Mr. Secretary. I would imagine for the purposes of numbers, though, that come out of a group like BLS, what the American public, what the world public, the CEOs in America, the Fed, anybody who's making decisions on these numbers, actually, they don't want someone who's there to win. They just want somebody who's there going to give them the most accurate, timely numbers that possibly exist. Just accuracy is probably the only thing that they want. So what I'm asking is today, when we see those numbers, whether we should believe they're accurate.
Yeah, it is crazy. Actually, when you really think about what he was saying, it's like, we're going to get someone in there who really wants Donald Trump to win. But that's exactly what you don't want. You want someone who just says what it is. How many jobs were there? How high is the unemployment rate?
I think they'll get better because he'll take out the people who are just trying to create noise against the president. Take out the people trying to create noise. Let's get the accurate numbers, because this is going to be the greatest growth economy, right? 6 months from now, a year from today, as these trillions of dollars of plants and factories. You've seen all these pictures. They are just so many factories going in, the employment situation in America.
So I wanted to follow up on that. So I took a look at manufacturing employment in America. And since Liberation Day, manufacturing employment is down by 42,000 jobs. It has not grown. I don't know where these factories are or what's opening up, but it's down. In fact, all job sectors except for healthcare are down. If you are not working in healthcare, you are finding it harder every month to find a job. It's becoming more difficult. If you're young, the unemployment rate just hit 10%, which may not sound like a lot to you, but understand that the Great Depression was like 20%. Okay, actually, let me confirm. What unemployment rate during Great Depression? It was 25%. But we're at 10 with young. That's very high. That's very high. Okay, that's the worst part. The peak of the Great Depression was 25. So it's just, I don't know how to say it's. I think I've said it in Slowly All at Once and in Max Stupid and in those videos. Like, I've said what I think about this, but I think the unemployment rate is going to continue to rise, and unless they literally start faking the numbers. And Trump, despite saying we have the greatest economy ever, just, months ago, when the jobs numbers look good, is now saying that it was all Biden's fault and things will get better next year.
You passed the one big beautiful bill, sir. 5 months, we have all these slew of events next year. World Cup, G20, All America 250. Given what's your economic outlook for the year 2026, economic
Really?
growth
I can't even hear the question.
is reasonable for us to expect economically next year?
Well, I heard, and we were on a very downward path with Biden, and I heard that the most we could do is 1% GDP, and now I'm hearing 3.2% and 3.5% and all. And our big year won't be really next year. I think it'll be the year after, because when these plants start opening up, it takes a period of time to build them. We're going to have tremendous job growth.
Okay, so he's predicting. So actually, not even next year, the year after. So give it a few years. But yeah, this jobs report is undercutting Trump's claims of a booming economy. And I think enough said. It's only going to get worse. But so many countries have said America's so hot right now. Yeah, I know. If you can believe it. How long until the emperor has no clothes? People can feel this, right? Yeah, I mean, listen, just to be clear, the issue he is most underwater on in polling, I talk about this, but the issue he's most underwater on is cost of living, is trade, is the economy. Like, people are mad about these things. And I do think it'll have a serious impact in 2026. I mean, the Democrats have been horrendous at capitalizing on the moment. They've been horrendous at, pushing a platform. But what doesn't... I'm of the opinion that it almost won't matter, that people flip so hard on this. This decides elections. If there's an election. I mean, if election is run normally. This is like... this is only going to get worse. As unemployment ticks up, what if we have like falling housing prices, or if we have stock market go down? Like people will get half of what's keeping the economy going is the wealth effect of people who have a house that's way up in price and stocks that are up in price, spending money like crazy. If they stop spending, it's over. Just waiting for the dim they're going to look out the stock market. Yeah. Okay, wait. I had stuff I wanted to say, but I'm getting distracted. Housing prices going static for a while would probably be good. Housing prices need to go down. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not against that. But what people who Twitch chat often don't seem to recognize is that housing prices going down only comes with a lot of economic pain and lost jobs and disaster and in the short term. Like, they have to come down eventually, of course, but it destroys retirements. It destroys. It's like 2007 or 8. It's like you can't bring housing prices down cleanly. And it has to happen. It just has to happen. But I'm just saying that. And I think we just had the highest number of house sellers to buyers ratio, as in there's way, way more sellers than buyers for houses right now. At least since the Great Recession. There are more sellers in the market than buyers at any point since the Great Recession. So that usually means housing prices will drop. Why are there more sellers? It means people trying to sell their homes outnumber people trying to buy homes. And it's because people trying to sell their homes are putting a list price that is too high. So there's like, if you go to like Redfin or Zillow and you look at neighborhoods, especially in bubbly areas like Florida or Texas, you see thousands of homes for sale, but all the prices are too high. So until they finally give up and start lowering the prices, the ratio is going to keep getting worse. I see 10K price drops every day here in Florida. Exactly. People at first, they go, we're going to hold out. We're going to wait. The motto last year was survive till 25. I remember I did a presentation, I think. Real estate professionals were like, survive till 25. If we just wait till 25, then everything will go back to normal. But then they did that. And now nobody's buying still. So now they cut the price a little bit. And then nobody's buying. And they cut the price a little bit more. Nobody's buying. Now their Airbnb stops getting booked. Now they have to sell. Otherwise they can't make the payments. That's the desperation starts slowly and then goes all at once, right? People, then they have to start dumping the prices to get it off their books. But they are going to force rates down, so we'll see. Arctic Fox, thank you for the 10 months. Were they expecting people to make more money? No, they're expecting people to take bigger loans. What happened since, back in like 2021, the interest rate on loans was like 2%. So you could take out a massive $1 million loan and your payment wouldn't be that big. Your monthly payment was not that big. But now that the interest rate is like 6-7%, your monthly payment is really high. So nobody can afford the $1 million plus loans they used to be able to get to keep bidding housing prices up. 6-7. I get 6-7. Yeah. So that is what's happening. Like people can't afford the payments anymore. So they can't buy the houses at the crazy prices. So the prices are starting to fucking fall. But if rates go down when asset prices rise, that's the theory, right? But, rates went down in 2006 and 2007, right before it's like, usually it's too late. Jerome Too Late Powell. Can confirm. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Did you hey, Soy Boy BXS. You got a 6.75% mortgage rate 2 years ago with the false promises of an incoming rate drop. I did not believe them. Yeah, I talked about this on stream too. All the real estate agents were like, marry the house, date the rate. Marry the house, find your dream home, date the rate. Okay? Yes, the rates are high, but they'll be down next year. Don't worry about it. Just get the loan. And then the next year, the rates didn't go down. I got a 2.5 in 2021. Yeah, and that's also happening. Everybody, like Americans are moving at like the lowest rate in... I have another article that I read, but I'm trying to find it. Yeah, this is the share of Americans moving annually. People have never moved less, at least in my lifetime. And it's because right now especially, it's because it's expensive, hard to find a new job, but also people that bought a place before 2021 have a rate that they can't get a better deal on. Like there's some people that are stuck in houses where they have a 2% mortgage and they can't go buy a different house or move because they can't afford a higher rate. So they're stuck. This is like a lot of people's parents in here probably have this. People are stuck. They have a, what happens if the market crashes? What if you squat in the foreclosed property? I mean, this happened in 2008. They would come, like the banks would send enforcers around with cash for keys. And they would say, if you leave your house now and give us your keys, we'll pay you some small amount of money to just get the fuck out. We don't owe you any money. You are bankrupt in this house, but we'll give you, that's what they did. They paid squatters to leave. But it wasn't a lot of money. What does this mean for rents, though? I mean, rent and housing prices will go way down, for sure. For sure. But it's just, you might not have a job. That's what usually happens. Like but it will be good. I mean, don't get me wrong. Less rent and no job W. Okay. I feel like I gave 8-ish enough today. I kind of want to play some SilkSong. I want to play one more boss in SilkSong, if you don't mind. I have to fly tomorrow pretty early. But I'd like to do one more boss. Just one. Oh, did I talk about Elon's pay package? Wait, I actually did want to talk about that because that's very funny. Wait, I actually did not to be long on this. Dude, Elon Musk got a $1 trillion pay package. $1 trillion. The market cap of Tesla is 1.1 trillion. Now, there's some caveats. I'll explain it here, but that's the crazy headline, which is fucking crazy. Don't get me wrong. It is crazy. Here it is. Now, he has targets. He has formidable targets. And in fact, I have a graph here. This is the size that Tesla has to be. Okay? So, actually, if he manages to get Tesla to $8.5 trillion in value, he'll have nearly $2 trillion. He'll be not only the world's first trillionaire, but the world's first double trillionaire. They set some loftier targets. He has to do, like, I'll see right here. He has to get $13 billion of EBITDA profit to $400 billion. But again, this number is so easy to fucking adjust. He has to ship 1 million Optimus robots. He has to grow the market cap a certain size. But all of it, I mean, listen, this article makes it clear. And just looking at the other CEOs in the business, like, we all agree that CEO pay has gotten pretty insane. But this is a graph that I made. Let's see if I have it here. Yeah, here it is. Here, I'll cover this up. I mean, you already know. Actually, you already know the result. This is a graph of the highest paid CEOs And then Elon Musk's pay package before this, which was the highest paid ever. And then the new pay package. Like, nobody else is even on the chart. It's so absurd. It's such an absurd amount of money. It's a ridiculous. He already was the highest paid CEO ever by an absurd amount. This is like a Jimmy High Roller LeBron chart. Now, if I'm a betting man, I'll tell you he doesn't hit this, obviously. He's not going to get the $1 trillion. But the mere fact, I mean, either way. By the way, timeline here is, a timeline here is kind of important. Elon Musk got a $50 billion pay package that was struck down by a Delaware judge saying he had too much control over the board that awarded him such an insane pay package. It was the highest one ever recorded, any CEO ever. So then he countersued and they've been working on it. But in the meantime, the Tesla team gave him a $32 billion award as like a feel good, as like a don't feel so sad about this. They just gave him, which is again, the highest pay package ever for any CEO ever. To focus and energize him. Okay. And then now they are adding this new pay package that is being voted on that would give him, I mean, look, even if he doesn't grow the company that much, he still makes money like this or like this. But if he grows the company a lot, he's going to make, closer to $1 trillion, like just absolutely ludicrous amounts of money. So it is pretty comical, but what I'll say is what it reflects Elon Musk's total necessity to Tesla's stock price. Because the company is not nearly worth $1 trillion now, and it's only there because of his ability, his distortion field, his ability to convince people. So what they're basically saying is if he can do it again, if he can, 8x the company again, if he can really pump the stock, then they're going to give a big chunk of that to him because he's the only man who could do it. And I guess that's worth it. I guess it's fine. But, okay, there's a couple more things about this worth saying, is that Elon is also talking about, because he wants this pay package, but he also is like, hey, I think Tesla really needs to invest in my other company, XAI, which just spent $45 billion bailing me out of Twitter. Just X, I guess. Twitter. So he's kind of like pawning this off on XAI and then pawning this off on Tesla public shareholders. So I hope that vote doesn't go through because that's like an insane triple dealing. SpaceX is out of it. SpaceX is over here. SpaceX is not tainted by Twitter, I guess. Was there more I wanted to say on that? I mean, like it's just funny. It's a comically large number. It is equivalent to twice the value of the gold held in Fort Knox to one CEO. They described it as such a person would have access and influence that is like the first trillionaire would have access and influence that is hard to fathom. If billionaires are already reshaping the world's power dynamics, the age of trillionaires will be a wild ride. The idea that one person with $1 trillion is unfathomable. Now, again, I don't want to be overly, I don't know, whatever. I don't think he's going to get it. I don't think he's going to get it. I think they actually set targets that he will not be able to fulfill. But it is, in the off chance that he did, it'd be pretty insane to have the next highest CEO getting paid like $800 million and the number one getting paid $1 trillion. Anyway, that's the entire economy of Poland. What's the GDP of Poland? Dude. That's crazy. That's crazy. Elon Musk gets a CEO pay of one Poland economy. One Poland plus one McDonald's. Entirety of the company McDonald's. As a one man's pay. That's crazy, bro. Okay. All right, I want to play some SilkSong. I think. My voice is tired. I guess, okay, last thing I'll say on that. Last thing. There is a downside for Elon, which is that the pay package is incredibly, astronomically juicy if he grows the company. But if he does not grow the company, like if Tesla is still a $1 trillion company, he actually gets paid zero. He gets paid $32 billion already. He gets paid, more than anyone else has already been paid. But he gets nothing new. Nothing is added if he doesn't grow the company. It's different from what they used to do. Well, at least it's more restricted than it used to be, which is a lot easier to hit targets. Okay. SilkSong, please. I need some SilkSong right now in my veins. I want to get at least one boss done. I've been fucking begging for this game. Play. Okay. Oh wait, let me bring out my tapestry. It's me and Ari. Okay? And now we're gonna play a little Silk. I've been so excited to play, dude. I had so much shit to do today. Okay. Let's explore. So I was gonna go this way. I think. No. Are we allowed to backseat you? No, you can't backseat me. I was gonna go this way. That's what I was gonna do. Did you get double jump already? No, but I have wall climb. And I'm just gonna hunt for a boss since I have limited time. I don't think I've been in here yet. Chapel of the Wanderer. Oh, seeds. Ow, traps. Dude, I was just talking about the discourse, though. I'm, like, so mad with people that are... Didn't like Hollow Knight, bought this game anyway, and then complained about it. I find it distasteful. Those people are stupid. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Wait, I don't want to. No, I'm gonna die. Wait, I don't want to die. Wait. Same, you mean in general? Oh! Oh! What you got? What you got? Nothing. Who's next? Oh, it's the Hollow Knight. Ow! Got you. Ow! I don't think you can hit me up there. Right. Ow, ow, ow! Oh, fuck. No, I'm gonna die! Shit! Stop, stop, stop! Ah, fuck. Bro thinks they all look the same. I don't. At least you didn't panic. I actually did panic, and I think you know that. I think you know that when you said that. I think you were trying to make some sort of funny joke about how I did panic. What are your controls? WASD? Like I did in Hollow Knight. Easy to get back, though. All right, I win this time. I win this time. Let's lock TF in. Stop hitting with traps. Get this, and let's fucking go. No hit. Let's try to just knock it in. Oh. Well, not a good start. Not a good start. Okay, one more hit and I heal. Okay. What you got? Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. That hits for 2? That hits for fucking 2? Jesus. Jesus! No! Oh, Jesus! No! 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 Stop! Stop! Fuck, I panicked. I fucking panicked. What is that Super Saiyan heal he has? So in SilkSong versus Hollow Knight, you heal 3 instead of 1. Which is pretty sick, but you have to have a full bar. You can't just use a little bit. Yeah, I do have to warm up. I gotta get back in the groove, dude. I gotta get back in the groove. You gotta be like water, as Bruce Lee says. You gotta flow. Enter the pro state. Okay, here we go. All right, hitless. Boom, boom, boom. Pro state, pitless, hit. Hitless. It was actually easy. It was actually easy. It was just the pro state. I just had to enter I had to get deep in the pro state, dude. I had to really use my fingers. Yeah, the enemy's panicked? Yeah. What is this? Claim. Oh, I got something? Oh, what did I get? Crack it open. Dude, I get sticky keys every time I buy it. It's kind of ruining the lore when I get sticky keys. Crest of the Wanderer. Cut swiftly and nimbly with short, precise strikes. Okay. Is that a new sword style? Crest of the Wanderer. Oh, it's so short. I know they say it's not about the size of the boat. Oh! Wait a minute, though. Wait, it's Hollow Knight. Wait, it's just Hollow Knight controls. Oh, wait, it's got a pogo. Crest of the person who can't move on. They should have called it that. Wait, it's for Hollow Knight fans who want to play Oh, shit. Oh, no, wait a minute. Okay, I'm low-key a demon with the pogo. Okay. Oh, I'm kind of torn, dude. I mean, I'm definitely going to be better with this swing. But I kind of like to try the new stuff. I like the... Oh my god, this is so strong, though. I guess maybe if I'm stuck, I switch back. Seems like I try... Although, I will say, it's really short. This is hard to get a good hit in. You're gonna be in the range of a lot of shit. But the pogo's probably unreal. Oh my god. I gotta grab that. Mossberry! I mean, I can already feel... I feel the muscle memory in the practice. It feels better. Oh, no. Okay, the run was a good... I thought the run was stupid, but I realized the run is not for combat. The run is for the part of the game when you need to just get over the map. It's actually great. The run is very useful. Okay. You're telling me there's nothing here. You're telling me this wall is for no purpose. I don't buy it. Actually, wait. Call me fucking crazy. I should go for a boss. Dude, call me crazy, though. What if I lure that fly over, then I can bounce on the fly? Do you guys get the vision? Are you following me? I could lure the fly over. Fuck! Oh, wait! Oh, wait! Wait a minute! I died. Fuck me. Coffee Cow bounces his pogo on something fly, gets overjoyed. I feel like you... Don't get me wrong. You're one of the most clever people I've ever heard. Your mastery of wit rivals that of Shakespeare. But I think maybe a lesser man might think you're just simply trying to say random, stupid, somewhat sexual gibberish to get any sort of reaction. To just try to contribute in any way. Now, obviously, that wouldn't be the case. Obviously, that would be a wrong assessment. But... Oh, Lord. Okay, good luck. So there's nothing here. I'm kind of disappointed, low-key. I thought there would be some... Oh, maybe there's this. What have we here? Oh, Lord. Nothing, huh? I don't even know where I am. I don't have the compass. Bro, I need the compass. Are you still playing on GOG? Yeah. Yeah, I am. Oh, ho, 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 ho! Oh. Moss Grotto. That's what you'd say in Spanish when you went more grotto. Oh, I'm rich! I'm fucking rich! You paid 300 shards for that bridge? Is that the bridge? That's the bridge I paid the guy to make. It was his wish? I paid for it out of pocket and then I instantly walked down and broke it? Oh, boss fight? Hey. Big empty room, not a boss fight? It's good for the GDP. Yeah, you break it, you build it again. You pay a man to dig a hole, you pay a man to fill the hole up. It's not sexual. You double GDP. Oh, Mossberry. No one said it was. Just be honest. Someone would have said it was. Someone probably did. If I go back in the VOD, someone probably type flirt right away. So don't pretend like no one said it was. Did you buy the key yet? What am I, made of fucking money? No, I didn't buy the key yet. You need like hundreds of fucking rosary beads. I don't have that kind of cash. I feel like I should have been in this part of the... Oh, boss fight? How come there's no mother flipping boss fight? Is this the start of the game? Very cool. Very cool. And I've been saying that. I've been saying this place looks like the start of the game because it's so similar. Nothing here, really? What about underneath? Oh! You guys like my new laugh? Been working on it. I've been working on it. Rich man laugh? I ain't broke. How's a broke person laugh? Can't even picture it. Little sobs in between. Okay, don't make it sad. Don't make it sad, okay? Poverty can be fun. It can be a fun thing for us all to enjoy. It doesn't make it all depressing. Okay, this is the start of the game, and I recognize that. But I'm also stuck. How the fuck do I get out of here? Ow. I need to go up. Oh, I guess like this. Yes. Exactly, does. This game is gorgeous. I fucking know, dude. And the music is beautiful. Man, I'm kind of fucking with this pogo. You beat Hollow Knight? Yes, sir. What's over here, then? Wait, this is where I started. I've already done this. I've already done this. You ask yourself why everything's attacking you? Yeah, I have. It's because I said my character's the villain. Like, I'm just ruining nature. Oh, I'm dying of this. I'm literally just walking around to different locales, and yeah, I don't need to be here. I've already done this. Unless there's like, I guess there could be. Oh, this. Oh, baby! Oh, baby, a triple! Weave Nest Atla. Okay. Avatar: The Last Airbender? Who's got a fucking spotlight on me, bro? I can't hit you. Can't catch me. Can't catch me. There's nothing in here. It's a button. Okay, very spooky. Very spooky. I also saw, dude, I saw that too. Which is crazy because that was also in Hollow Knight. I saw a review that was like, I didn't expect the game to be so scary. Too much dark stuff, too much bugs. It's like, what the fuck are you talking? It's not. I'm just annoyed because like they didn't. There's no surprises here. There's no surprises here. This game has no nothing that would shock you if you played Hollow Knight. And they never promise to be anything other than what they are. Activate. I'm going nuts. I'm going ape shit. What did I just do? Inspect. A rune depicting the Weave Nest. Take the map? Fuck yeah, I'd take the map. Weave Nest Atla map. Okay, I don't know where I am though because I don't have a goddamn compass. Oh shit. Where'd he go? Okay, this is actually fucking cool. Who's there? Has someone come to free me? Or are you here to bring my end? I'm a Hornet, prisoner. Only a traveler, and not here to slay you. What causes you caged in these ruins of Weaver's past? Were you their enemy? No, not their enemy. And their prisoner not through malice. I'm Eva. A thing difficult to describe. A child of weavers, yet not quite their kin.
Yanara.
A shifting, blended thing. What are you, creature? Okay, I'll step closer. Okay. My sight perceives a bug only through the imprint upon their soul.
That's fine.
That's what I say before I squash ants. You speak of their crest? The signifier of a bug's essence and their invisible yoke born through a lifetime? Yes, the old weaver term. A simple word to attempt description of something so profound. It's like a soul. Yeah, give me insight. I don't give a shit. The thing I love most about the Hollow Knight is the voice acting. I know, it's incredible. Okay, I got some shit. Crest of the Hunter. Is this a different sword? I just got 2 fucking swords? Strike enemies repeatedly to build focus. Wait, did I lose my pogo right when I fucking wanted it? Incredible. Your nature is so unlike a mortal bug's. Yours is malleable, transitory. It's a marvelous thing, worth my long life to behold.
Magina Fora.
Oh. Oh, gross. It's just a regular weapon. It said it got stronger, though, with multiple hits. I guess that's cool. I don't know. It's an upgrade of a default moveset. Should you do other shit?
Yanara.
Shit didn't expand at all. Okay, so if she's upgrading my regular weapon, then she probably upgrades my other weapons. Which would be badass. Because if I can get the Hollow Knight Pogo with a longer blade, that would be the fucking bee's knees. Oh my god, I have a lot of fucking crest spots, I'll tell you that. Compass. Brooch. Yeah, we're looking good. This is good. It's just kind of slow, this swing. Oh, whatever, I don't care. Oh. Hello, governor. Please, boss. Try finger butthole. This is not helping her. Yeah, very, very beautiful. Ah! Ah! Oh, you scared me. Did you drown? How do you possibly hurt this guy? Okay, whatever. Okay. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die! That was an insane clutch. No, wait! Turn around, go to sleep. Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. Oh! Fuck me. Dude, what a pain in the ass! What a pain in the ass! Thank you. What a a pain in the ass that guy is to kill. I mean, I think the angled pogo is also fucking sick. It kind of is worth it to learn about it. I died! Oh, I wasn't even looking at my health. I wasn't even looking at my health. I thought I was healed. I actually should have healed. That's actually a hundo P on me. I wasn't even looking at it. Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, I see. I see. How? 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 There we go. All right. I'm gonna die again. Oh wait, I'm gonna die again. Wait, I'm gonna die again. Unless I... Watching. Where did I... Dude, there's so much here. Oh, boss fight? Wait, my cocoon! No, my cocoon's not here! Oh. What the fuck? They're multiplying! Oh my god. Ow! Oh my god! No! Will that hurt them? Die! I died! Fuck me! Fuck me! They had so much health, bro. That was greed. I should have just healed. I thought I would die. I literally felt like I was fucking million damage. All right. Okay. All right. Well, I want. What time is it? Dude, it's already so late. Dude, I lost a lot of fucking groceries. That's kind of an L. Go! Okay. All right. Let's just do it. Let's kill this moss mother. Is it a Pogo? I think this would be. Kill this guy. Kill the weak one first, right? Oh my god. Oh. Ah! What? Come on. Oh no, 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 no. No, no, no! Ah, dude! It didn't heal me! If we ever get a democratically elected mod, their platform would unironically be, you will what? You will make gambas? You're so due. One more. I'll do one more. I gotta go to bed, though. I got a 7 a.m. flight. All right. Dude, I want to go till I beat this. I just want to go till I beat this. I'm sure I'll be here next time. This doesn't seem that hard. I gotta just lock in and not be stupid. That was not a good start. Not being stupid. Okay. Heal first. Lock him out. Full thing. Okay, lock in. Okay. Both dead? One dead. Oh my god. Okay, we got this. Okay, we got this. Oh my god. Just die! That's so annoying. God. I'm so annoyed. Oh, bro. That is a throw. Oh, dude, I'm actually really tired now. I'm actually... Okay. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry if I lost your points, but I gotta lock in. I gotta lock in. I need to just deep breath, lock the fuck in. I need like a song. Not even, actually, no, that's fine. Okay. Okay. Just get there. It's kind of cool how the dude, I'm gonna die before I get there. I'm gonna die before I get there. Oh, no. Okay. All right. Deep breath, lock in. Deep breath, lock in. Dodge, duck, dip, dive, dodge. Slash. Do I have a different song that I don't want to use God Gamer for this. I need something like... Holes? Holes is undefeated. Holes is undefeated. I mean, it really hasn't failed me yet.
You got to go and dig those holes. With broken hands and withered souls.
It hasn't failed me yet.
From all you know. You got to go and dig those holes.
Come dig 5 feet. The dirt in these shovels will give us a beat. Okay, you gotta find something never found before. If not, we'll just have to dig some more.
Stay sore. You want a break? Knock on the warden's door.
Oh my God!
A-R-L-P-I to the T. What is that? You smelling dog? That's me. I don't take showers and I don't brush my teeth. That's all I do is lick, host, eat, and sleep. There is no lake, there is no shade, there is no place to hide, so just sit and wait to fry.
You got to go and dig
Why, dude? I'm stressed. All right. No, fuck me. Yes! Thank you! Thank you! Okay, dude. Thank you to Shia LaBeouf, most of all. Thank you to Shia LaBeouf. It's undefeated. So far, we've never wasted the whole song. It's always for the final attempt. You just gotta lock in and play hold. Weave light. What is that? Increases the speed of silk regeneration. That seems pretty good. All right, I might have to end. Low key. I don't want to. I want to play SilkSong all night, but bro, I got a flight in 8 hours. I got a pack. You know how it is. Anyway, I'll be back. Oh shit. Unless there's a boss like close. But nah, I think I should go. I'm already feeling fucking eepy. I did a lot today. All right, let's let this. Chat, thanks for watching. I'll be back on Monday. And we're gonna do a lot of stuff, but then lock into SilkSong. Sevens, thanks for watching. Appreciate you. Check out the Lemonade Stand Patreon we recorded today. It was very funny. We talked a lot about we talked about SilkSong and what it means for the industry, but also some interesting stuff about games. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.